What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 8BS Chapter 181, Refusal to Reincarnate Advertisement. Huh? At this time, Xiao Nan's beautiful eyes were a little different. She didn't expect that someone could face the eyes of reincarnation, yet still so calm. And more than that, facing the reincarnation eye that was sent to the front, he actually returned it again. What kind of man are you? Seeing Qin Yu who performed all these behaviors, Xiao Nan's beautiful eyes were full of curiosity. As for Ji Leia, at this time, he was even more surprised that his chin almost fell off. Why? Nothing else, just because he knows what kind of person Qin Yu is. It's true that it's true that it's true, but it's also true that it's greedy. However, this time, he would refuse to send the eyes of reincarnation before him, which really surprised Zi Lai. Junior brother Qin Yu, what are you? Nagato, who had regained light, was also quite shocked at this moment. However, facing the shock of Nagato, Qin Yu smiled, and then said, this reincarnation eye is more compatible with senior brother Nagato. No. Hearing this, Nagato shook his head for a while and said in an eager voice, listen to me, I am now a useless person. Now I am inconvenient to move, and my body is deteriorating. Samsara is here with me, it's too wasteful. But you are different. You have a high level of talent and amazing strength. If you pair with this reincarnation eye, it will definitely not be difficult for you to crush the ninja world in the future. Don't underestimate this reincarnation because I am not your opponent, he is still very powerful. Nagato's tone at this moment was very earnest and excited. It can be seen that he really wants to entrust the eyes of reincarnation to Qin Yu. However, it is a pity that Qin Yu's reasons for not accepting this are very sufficient, and his attitude is very firm. Brother Nagato, I have my way. Besides, don't be discouraged. Qin Yu smiled again at this time, and said to Nagato with full confidence, since I have decided to trust me, then I will really start over. Know that Konoha has 5 generations of Naruto, but the #1 medical ninja in the ninja world. For your left eye, you can choose an ordinary eyeball transplant at that time. As for your vitality problem, she can help solve it if you want to come. Exactly. Hearing that, Ji Lai immediately slapped his thigh. Looking at Qin Yu, he gave him an expression of, your kid is so witty. After that, he seriously persuaded Nagato. Nagato, let's go back to Konoha with the teacher. This way, you and Xiao Nan can stay with us, then you can receive the best treatment. As for these 3 comings, Yu Ren is not perfect anymore. The masked man you mentioned may be killed again at any time. Nagato, who had calmed down, suddenly became excited when he heard the words, go Konoha. He suddenly yelled at Qin Yu and Zi Lai with excitement. Impossible. Teacher Jiraiya, junior brother Qin Yu, you don't have to say, I will definitely not be able to go to Konoha with you. Seeing that Nagato became so excited for an instant, Jiraiya was also suddenly bored. Ji-Lai also scratched his head and asked Nagato suspiciously, why is this? Because, at this time, Nagato's eyes were full of fierce expression, and he yelled loudly, I can't forget Yahiko's hatred. Yahiko. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Hearing the words, Ji-Lai's eyes darkened for a while, and then he fell silent. Advertisement, ha. At this moment, Qin Yu on the side suddenly smiled, and immediately asked Nagato in a loud voice, Brother Nagato, do you mind Danzo? Regarding this, Nagato remained cold and did not speak, and Xiao Nan was also hesitant to speak. Seeing this, Qin Yu probably understood. Seeing him grinning, he immediately said cheerfully, then you don't have to worry about that old thing, Tuan Zhang, it was abandoned by me 3 years ago. Even if you and senior sister Xiao Nan are all right, you can bully him. Was abolished? As soon as Qin Yu said these words, Nagamenten looked unbelievable. He couldn't believe that Tuan Zhang would be abolished, and he was abolished by his junior brother Qin Yu a few years ago. Impossible. I have heard that Danzing is an absolute high-level Konoha, and can stand against the 3 generations of Naruto. How could that fellow's status be abandoned? Senior brother Qin Yu, don't you make the senior brother chill when you speak like this? Ha. Qin Yu smiled directly when he heard this. Senior brother is right. Danzo is indeed in a high position in Konoha, and even Jiraiya can't do anything to him. Then you, hearing this, Nagamenda became a little confused. But I'm different, I never get used to anyone. Qin Yu looked at the dazed Nagato, and suddenly smiled and shrugged and said, his biggest mistake is that he shouldn't provoke me. If I provoke me, I will make him pay the price he will never forget. Upon hearing this, Nagato asked in a deep voice, what did you do to him? At this time, Nagato wanted to know what happened to Danzo. His heart is very urgent, desperate to know what happened. At this time, Qin Yu suddenly turned to Ji-Lai and said, hey, ask him, he was also there at the time. The eye sockets that Qin Yu had healed at this time even ooze bleeding, and the whole person's face is very distorted. Is this true? Ha. 3 years later, when Ji-Lai talked about this history, again, I still felt embarrassed. Xiao Nan next to him is relatively reserved, but tears are also in his eyes at this moment. Looking at the excited Nagato and Xiao Nan, and thinking of the tragic death of Yahiko, Ji-Lai also burst into tears. It can be said that he is alive while waiting for death. Yahiko, did you see it? Your feud has been avenged. The 2 enemies have gotten the ending they deserve. That old thing was frightened by the kid Qin Yu, and he has been devastated since then. He hasn't even dared to put a fart in the past few years. The peace we are pursuing has also opened a new chapter. After that, he directly said in a deep voice, this kid, in front of the third generation of Hokage, has destroyed one of Danzo's eyes, and also cut off his arm and leg. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fanfiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. The three generations of Hokage personally reduced Danzo's roots of power. Xiao Nan looked at Qin Yu and was full of appreciation and gratitude at this time. Danzo was still a powerful root leader before entering the Hokage office, but when he was carried out of the Hokage office, he had already lost everything. Seeing this, he rolled his eyes at Qin Yu directly. Although he was there at the time, he never expected that things would end that day. Hearing this, Nagato suddenly became crazy. Nagato turned his head to the side, and a reincarnation stared at Jiraiya. Chapter 182. Nice ending. Advertisement, okay. After a while, Qin Yu soothed Nagato, and immediately continued, now let's bring your heart back. Exactly. Jiraiya also reacted at this moment, and immediately took the conversation and said, can I go to Konoha with the teacher this time? But at this time, Nagato was still hesitant and soon expressed his worries. I heard that Konoha is now in charge of the 5th generation of Hokage, if she is. Hi. Jilai also heard this, and after realizing what he was worried about, he waved his hand very relaxedly. Speaking of the 5 generations of Naruto, you have also seen it. It is the blonde woman who was by my side many years ago, that is, Princess Tsunade, one of the 3 ninjas. She will still give me this little face. Jilai also thought about it, but felt that it was not safe, and immediately screamed at Qin Yu. Furthermore, even if my face is not good, this kid's face is definitely big enough. Tsunade is very coddled with this kid. Huh? Nagato and Xiao Nan were taken aback at the same time. Seeing this, Jilai also explained with a smile, I think your Xiao organization should also be shocked. In the past 3 years, why has this kid suddenly lost all news? What? Nagato scratched his head, and asked in a puzzled manner based on previous guesses. Isn't it that you Konoha want to hide his peerless genius and want to use it as a secret weapon? Hearing this, Jilai suddenly curled his lips and asked awkwardly, that's what you think? At this time, Xiao Nan on the side also asked, to be precise, the entire Akatsuki organization thinks so. It seems reasonable for you to think so. Jiraiya also thought for a while, and then curled his lips again and said, however, the truth is that this kid is just lazy and doesn't want to go on a mission, and Tsunade is also letting him mess around. Huh? Nagato and Xiao Nan were shocked at the same time. Is that what happened? When Xiao Nan heard this, he asked again with a face full of inconceivability. It's just, as simple as that. Jilai also spread his hands and reaffirmed, it's that simple. It's incredible. How much wealth and value can Konoha's strength like junior brother Qin Yu can create for Konoha in 3 years? Nagato shook his head helplessly at this time, and then said, it seems that Tsunade-sama is really enough to spoil you, junior brother Qin Yu. Hi. When Qin Yu heard this, he waved his hand and said, no way, personal charm is too great. The 3 of them made an action at the same time, that is, they rolled their eyes at the same time, and were too lazy to care about him. But at this time, Qin Yu finally waved impatiently, and urged Nagato, okay, it's all right, then let's leave. Seeing this, Jilai also urged, yes, let's go. Hey, lecherous fairy, don't just talk about it. Qin Yu suddenly accused him of some dissatisfaction, and immediately snarled at him toward Negeman. Look at all your lovers like this, don't push them quickly. Puff. Listening to Qin Yu's address to Jilai, Xiao Nan, who had always been cold-faced, couldn't help but smile. This name really fits teacher Jilai, humph. Jilai also gave Qin Yu a fierce look, then questioned him and said, you are young and vigorous, why don't you come to help? Me? Of course I have more important things. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. When Qin Yu heard this, he immediately returned to Zilai with an expression of, you are thinking of fart. Advertisement. Then he hurried to Xiao Nan's side and took her hand. Come on, sister Xiao Nan, here, slow down, I see your face is pale, you must have suffered a serious internal injury, the younger brother is here to help you. Moreover, I have a little knowledge of medical ninjutsu, so I can give you an in-depth look. For an instant, Xiao Nan's pale face was covered with red clouds. But Qin Yu didn't seem to see this, and just pulled her farther and farther in this way. He didn't even look back at Jiraiya and Nagato at all. I'll rub it, Qin Yu, you are on a horse. Jilai was stunned for a while, his mouth opened wide. At this moment, he was completely stupid by Qin Yu's Tiansho operation. Nagato was sitting in a wheelchair, watching Xiao Nan and Qin Yu moving away, the corners of his mouth hooked unexpectedly. Yahiko, Xiaonan, and him are brothers and sisters who have lived together since they were young, and have deep relationships and even more blood relations. After Yahiko's death, Nagato vowed to avenge him and take care of Xiaonan. Now that Yahiko's grievance was avenged, Xiao Nan seemed to have a good home, and he was completely relieved. From Nagato's point of view, in today's shinobi world, Xiao Nan would be no safer to follow than Qin Yu. At this time, Jilai curled his lips for a while, and immediately said in a weird manner, oh, another one has fallen. What? Upon hearing this, Nagato suddenly asked in confusion, Teacher Jiraiya, what are you talking about? Well, Jiraiya also shrugged directly and then said honestly, I said, after the little girls with bad eyesight, now even Xiao Nan is going to fall. Huh. I really don't know what is going on with those women. I really don't have eyesight. It's clear that the Toad Fairy is the most attractive one. Wait a minute. Nagato waved his hand at this time, interrupting Jiraiya's thoughts. Teacher Jiraiya, you mean that junior brother Qin Yu has other things in Konoha? Regarding Nagato's question, Jiraiya faintly replied, your question is inaccurate. Upon hearing this, Nagato directly asked with a dazed expression, what do you mean? Jiraiya also raised his eyebrows, and continued yin-yang weirdly. You should ask, how many? How many more? Hearing this, Nagato almost jumped out of his wheelchair. After a long time, he continued to ask, so, how many? This one. Jiraiya also scratched his head and counted seriously in his heart. 4. It's wrong, it's definitely more than that, and 5. It's also not right, there are several anyway. Nagato resisted the urge to explode. He now wanted to come directly to Qin Yu from behind to give a Vientiane guide to catch his shameless person in front of him and give him a beating. Well, Jiraiya also seemed to see Nagato's anger and immediately waved his hand and said, I'm just complaining to you. In fact, this kid is quite responsible for every girl. Upon hearing this, Nagato sighed deeply, if he dares to treat Xiao Nan badly, I will definitely not let him go. Do not worry. Jiraiya also patted Nagato on the shoulder and said in agreement, if he dares to treat us Xiao Nan like that, the teacher will not let him go. Chapter 183. Sign in to the origin, Reincarnation Eye Awakening. Advertisement. Nagato thought for a while, and then whispered, Teacher Jiraiya, then you can push me. Haha, good. Jiraiya also responded with a smile. It's not the inadvertent smile like before, but the real comfort from the heart. In the setting sun, a white-haired old man pushed a red-haired young man towards Konoha and drifted away. Scene, harmonious and loving. This kind of ending, for this pair of masters and disciples, can be regarded as a kind of alternative completion. At least, it is more than countless times better than the cannibalism between master and disciple in the original book. But this time, Urenkin and his party, because of Qin Yu's existence, became exceptionally smooth. 2 rows of 4 people, wandering outside for half a month before returning to Konoha. Jiraiya was also inconvenient to move because of Nagato, and he was not in a hurry, so he went slowly. As for Qin Yu, he worked hard for his own affairs. Xiao Nan, a poor and lovely innocent girl, was dragged into the flying chess battle in a daze. And when they arrived at Konoha, Tsunade also welcomed the arrival of Nagato and Konan. Years ago, she couldn't take charge of Konoha, so she couldn't take in these 2 children. Today's Tsunade is the 5th generation of Hokage, and he is in control. Whether it was from the origins of the year, from the face of Qin Yu and Jiraiya, or to stabilize the leader of the Shao organization, she had no reason to refuse. With a big wave of his hand, he arranged a quiet and comfortable place for Nagato. As for Xiao Nan, Tsunade didn't bother to worry about it. Besides, there is no need for her to worry about it. In the following month, Qin Yu's life was extremely colorful, but at the same time it was dull and boring. When these 2 diametrically opposed words were used on Qin Yu, there was no sense of disobedience. Flying chess battles, stab inspired, but playing too much is a bit tedious. Fortunately, Qin Yu had enough chess friends in Konoha, but now he has another Xiao Nan. Change one every day, basically it won't be repeated for a week. Later, in order to pursue a stronger stimulus, Qin Yu directly began to arrange and combine multiplayer flying chess. The days after that were so tense and irritating. I don't know how long it took. On this day, Qin Yu suddenly remembered something. That is, the day I seemed to have forgotten to sign in because I was playing flying chess too late yesterday. Wei Wei was a little upset that she had wasted a sign-in opportunity, and even started today's system sign-in. System. Sign in. Ding. Congratulations to the host for signing in and getting the origin of Indra. Peas. Last time the author found out that I was mistaken. The origin of Indra is Uchiha Madara, and the origin of Ashura is from Senjujuma. This website has been changed, but other channel websites have not been changed, so I am here this special insert description. At this time, Qin Yu was originally lying on the bed, and he jumped out of the bed almost immediately with excitement. The origin of Indra, the origin of Ashura. Now, I have obtained both of these sources. So in other words, can't I? The more I thought about Qin Yu, the more excited he was, and the more excited he was in his heart. Taking a deep breath, Qin Yu forcibly calmed down his excited heart. When everything calmed down, Qin Yu began to control his body, and the 2 groups of original power belonging to the Children of the 6 Ways approached slowly. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. When the power of the 2 groups was about to collide, Qin Yu used his powerful chakra as a conciliator to slowly merge the 2 forces. Advertisement. The next moment, his dark pupils suddenly showed the form of eternal kaleidoscope writing round eyes. Combining the power of the 2 origins requires extremely powerful chakra control, but this is not difficult for Qin Yu. You know, he can even cultivate to the perfect state in the fairy mode, and it is no problem to merge the 2 chakras. After a while, Qin Yu suddenly heard a strange buzzing sound. A magical and huge force rushed straight into his eyes from his body. After that, his eternal kaleidoscope riding wheel turned quickly. In the next second, the scarlet eyes slowly faded, replaced by a purple. The complex eternal kaleidoscope pattern also slowly changes, forming a circle of strange vortexes. Feeling the powerful power in his eyes, Qin Yu was very satisfied. At this time, Qin Yu murmured, "Two forces repel each other, and each other is one, and the pregnancy is full of beauty." When the words fell, Qin Yu looked at his house and suppressed the idea of releasing Shenluo Tianzheng. It is not clear whether Konoha will be destroyed if this Shenluo Tianzheng continues, but his house will definitely be destroyed. In the kitchen, Xiao Nan is cooking. Since coming to Konoha with Qin Yu, this glamorous beauty no longer has to work hard as an angel. Of course, she didn't have to think about the development of Xiao organization anymore, so she put all her thoughts on Qin Yu. At this moment, Qin Yu hooked up the corner of his mouth, and turned his right hand at Xiao Nanyao for a virtual probe. Vientian Tianyan. With the sound of his smirk, a gravitational force gushes out from his palm. What? Xiao Nan, who was concentrating on cooking, was unprepared, her delicate body suddenly lifted off the ground, exclaiming that Qin Yu was directly pulled into his arms. "Ah, Qin Yu, you. What are you doing?" Seeing the purple lines in Qin Yu's eyes, Xiao Nan was stunned on the spot. The eyes of reincarnation, how could she not recognize it? "Hey, didn't you expect it?" Qin Yu raised his eyebrows for a while, and immediately said confidently. "You man, you are so omnipotent, you can even open the eyes of reincarnation." Shreko 1. In Xiao Nan's beautiful eyes at this time, it was brilliant. Now she felt more and more that it was very wise for her and Nagato to pin all their hopes on Qin Yu. The man in front of him seemed to be really omnipotent. This is the first country in Sri Lanka. Qin Yu looked at Xiao Nan in his arms, and said with a smile, "Is there any other country one?" "Ah, what are you doing?" "Cooking," Xiao Nan exclaimed. "What's wrong, my Hokage-sama?" One day after half a month, Qin Yu was called to Hokage's office very upset, and asked Tsunade with Erlang's legs on Hokage's desk. "Whole boy, can't you be in good shape every time you come?" Tsunade said angrily as he watched Qin Yu's way of blocking him. "Yes." Qin Yu raised his eyebrows and said, "I am very formal at home every day." Hearing this, Tsunade suddenly understood, and after a sip on his face, he stopped talking. Anyway, no matter what he said, he still looks like this. Instead of wasting saliva like this, just think about it and forget it. Cough cough. Tsunade coughed slightly, and said to Qin Yu sternly, "You clean up these 2 days, and then go to the Thunder Country for an envoy." Chapter 184. 4 Generations of Raikage Eye Advertisement. Go to Thunder Country? Qin Yu asked in confusion, "Why are you going there?" Since Nagato came back, I have also understood clearly the ideals and goals of their Akatsuki organization, but now although Nagato casts a dark shadow, don't forget, there is one Uchiha Madara who is still alive. From my current point of view, Uchiha Madara should take over the entire Akatsuki organization and start collecting tail beasts again to achieve their so-called goals. After all, the current Uchiha Madara, he has taken away one of Nagato's reincarnation eyes, and now he should be able to do the same thing that can only be done by the growth gate. Yeah. Qin Yu nodded undeniably. Tsunade watched that Qin Yu was really listening to what he said, and then continued. So, based on the above situation, I think it is necessary for Gaara to hold the 5 Shadows Conference. Even if it doesn't work, it is necessary to remind Yanyan Village and Yanyan Village, so that they can protect the human strength of their villages. Yeah. Qin Yu swayed from side to side, and asked, "Then you can just find a Shangren to go over it?" Ahem. The 4th generation of Raikage in Yanyan Village has a violent temper and is extremely arrogant, so I am not relieved to let others pass. Huh? Qin Yu curled his lips and said, "What do you mean by others in the past? What do you mean?" Tsunade has been in contact with Qin Yu quite a few times. Knowing his personality, he said directly, "Because your strength can make people feel relieved. Don't look at it, which part of Konoha can be like you is reassuring." Okay, I've told you the matter, and you know it too, just prepare to go out these few days. Tsunade didn't wait for Qin Yu to say anything, he just made the final decision. Qin Yu curled his lips and didn't say anything. However, before he left, after the same old rules, a flying thunder god left directly, leaving only a furious voice reverberating in the Hokage office for a long time. B********* D-boy. A few days later, Qin Yu left Konoha Ninja Village alone. After leaving Konoha, Qin Yu was not in a hurry, and just walked slowly one by one. After crossing several small countries under his slow walk, Qin Yu finally stepped into the territory of the Kingdom of Thunder. When Qin Yu entered the Kingdom of Thunder, he suddenly found that everything seemed to have changed a lot. We must know that the Land of Fire is vast and rich in resources, so the land is also very fertile. However, the Kingdom of Thunder is relatively barren a lot, almost all of them towering high. The folk style of the Country of Fire is relatively open and simple, while the folk style of the Country of Thunder is relatively sturdy. As for the cause of Thunder Country, it is actually very simple. That is the Lei Ying of Yanyan Village in the past, they are all ambitious guys. The purpose of each Raikage is to dominate the ninja world, so it attaches great importance to the quality of ninjas, and almost every generation of Raikage puts force above everything else. And this is the reason that brought different results to Yanyan Village. That is what caused the entire Thunder Country to be brave and ruthless. This is not just Yun Ren, even the ordinary people of Thunder Country. It can be said that the phenomenon of picking up guys when they don't agree with each other can be said to be everywhere. And for the people of Thunder Country, there is an even more significant difference. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. That is, the skin color of the people in the Land of Fire is relatively normal, while the skin color of the people in the Land of Thunder is mostly wheatish, or even charcoal gray. Advertisement. The atmosphere of the Hokage world is actually relatively open. So Qin Yu spent half a month in this Thunder Country, with his handsome appearance and coquettish temperament. Of course, there is no shortage of women to come and strike up a conversation. If it were normal, Qin Yu would do the better. It can be said that those who come will not refuse. But this time when he came to the Kingdom of Thunder, facing these, he ran away in joy almost every minute. This time he came to Thunder Country, what Qin Yu's mood would like to say, everyone can make it clear, anyway, it should not get better. Although it is said that it is not good to judge and attack other people's appearance, but to no avail, Qin Yu is really unable to deal with this group of black charcoal ghosts. Many times, Qin Yu wanted to just turn around and go back. This horse-riding Thunder Country is an envoy, whoever loves it. In this place, the horror of riding a horse is even more terrifying. Even though he thought so, Qin Yu didn't turn around like this in the end. But for the next journey, Qin Yu didn't dare to walk like this normally, and directly used the instantaneous technique to hurry. Qin Yu's speed was extremely fast, and within a short while, he had already rushed to the vicinity of Yanyan village in the Kingdom of Thunder. Unlike Konoha, Konoha is built on a vast flat ground, while Yanyan village is built entirely between large mountain peaks. Surrounded by peaks, towering into the clouds, and the clouds above many mountaintops are surrounded by faint thunder and lightning, so it is quite a bit imposing. And this is exactly the origin of the name, Yunren. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fanfiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. People who are clear know that he came to Yanyan village as an envoy, and those who are not clear can treat him as a terrorist attack. With such a casual wave, they disappeared into the ninja world. If you roughly estimate it, it should be that more than a dozen ninjas at the ninja level were killed by him. After all, he knew Tsunade's true intentions for letting him go as an envoy. Qin Yu slightly estimated that this person should be the fourth generation of Riking Ai from Yunren village in the Kingdom of Thunder. Qin Yu was originally here on an envoy, but for such a smooth murder, no one could tell that he had come on an envoy. His eyes instantly turned white, and through numerous obstacles, Qin Yu saw a large group of men and horses rushing towards him in the southeast direction. Feeling the breath of the person headed, filled with such a powerful thunder attribute power, it is so powerful and violent. At this moment, Qin Yu suddenly felt something moving not far away. The closer to Yunren village, the more often Qin Yu would encounter Yunren's ninjas. Some ninjas are busy with tasks, so they rush all the way, regardless. Qin Yu didn't care about this either. However, among these Yunren's ninjas, there are naturally some who do not have eyes, who want to question or even make things difficult for Qin Yu. Naturally, Qin Yu would not be polite. After walking down the road, Qin Yu waved his hand, not knowing how many Yunren ninjas had been killed. Although he was apparently asked to come on mission, in fact, he was also asked to take the opportunity to beat Yunren village in the Kingdom of Thunder. Grow your eyes open. In the face of these people, Qin Yu naturally didn't bother to pay attention to them. Chapter 185. Hard Thunder Shadow Advertisement. Seeing this scene in front of him, Qin Yu suddenly felt a little familiar. Think about it carefully, isn't this similar to the scene when I went to Wuyan village? They are also the shadows of their respective villages, leading a bunch of his subordinates to find Qin Yu. But the difference is that the people from Wuyan village came to welcome Qin Yu with great strength. And what Yunren-kun said now, it seemed that he had come to Qin Yu to fight. However, depending on the situation, the only people here today should be Lei Ying-ai from Yunren village and a bunch of his men. As for the eight-tailed Zhuli from Yunren village, he didn't see it at this time, obviously he didn't come with him. Qin Yu noticed the whereabouts of Lei Ying and his party, but did not evade in the slightest. After putting away the ability to roll his eyes, Qin Yu slowly walked up the reserved route. It didn't take long for Qin Yu to run into a head-on with a large group of N*********RS. Qin Yu looked at the N********R in front of him. As expected, they were all sturdy and muscular men. Especially the person in the lead, as the fourth generation of Hokage from Yunren village, his body is even more robust. Face to face, watching the four generations of Lei Ying with a bunch of men, watching their group of people rush, and their eyes are erratic, as if they are looking for something. Looks like this, it seems that it is not here to fight. But what are they looking for like this? At this moment, Yunren, who looked like a perceptual ninja, looked at Hokage anxiously and said, Master Hokage, no, not at all. Hearing that, the face of the fourth generation of Hokage was extremely pale for a while. Huh. Lei Ying snorted, and said angrily, Kiribi this be *******D. When I catch him, I must hammer him severely. As soon as he finished speaking, Lei Ying's gaze suddenly fell on Qin Yu in front of him. Okay. Seeing Qin Yu's outfit, the four generations of Hokage's inner shot suddenly picked up. Immediately afterwards, he seemed to think of something, and then immediately stopped the original hasty pace. When the group of Yunnan ninjas who followed closely saw this, they stopped suddenly because of some unknown time. Boy, stop for me. The fourth generation of Hokage stared at the young man Qin Yu with a pair of tiger eyes, and asked loudly, You are Konoha's Uchiha Qin Yu. Lei Ying's voice was already loud, but after the voice was shouted out loud, the voice became even more thunderous. Qin Yu pulled out his ears when he heard the words, his whole body looked like a blocker. Qin Yu looked at Lei Ying and said coldly, "What's the call? The little master's ears are not deaf." In an instant, a whole piece of inhaling air conditioning sounded from Yunren Ninja's mouth one after another. "I think this kid is clearly looking for death." One of Yunren's ninjas also had to admire Qin Yu's courage at this time and said to his companion. Others are not familiar with Raikage, but they are very familiar. Their 4th generation Raikage-sama is an extremely irritable lord. Since they knew the 4 generations of Riking, they had never seen anyone dare to speak to Riking like this. Especially at this juncture nowadays, no one dared to touch Raikage's mole. Even their guards are cautious at this moment, but now, suddenly an unidentified kid appeared. Moreover, this kid, who was also a guy from the outer village, even dared to speak rudely to Raikage. At this moment, everyone swallowed involuntarily. Immediately afterwards, the big guy carefully glanced at Lei Ying's face. Sure enough, as Yunren's ninja expected, seeing Qin Yu's arrogance, the dark face of the 4th generation of Lei Ying became even darker. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. I saw the 4 generations of Raikage suddenly shouted at Qin Yu violently. This Raikage asks if you are Konoha's Uchiha Qin Yu. Advertisement in this regard, Qin Yu did not show any other behaviors, just squinted at him and said, "Yes, what then?" "Okay." When the 4th generation of Raikage heard this, his brows suddenly raised. He didn't expect Qin Yu to admit it so generously. Behind Lei Ying, there was also a flash of shock in the eyes of a crowd of Yunnan ninjas. At this moment, they all suddenly remembered something from a while ago. That's their Raikage-sama, furious in Raikage's office. At that time, his own Raikage-sama waved several documents in his hands. After that, he yelled at everyone in a jealous tone. "Damn, Konoha. It's Konoha again. How come Konoha has a peerless genius every so often?" They are all of Lei Ying's personal followers, and they clearly remember the information that Master Rai Ying had read at the time. On that document, it seemed that this guy named Qin Yu was recorded. The 4th generation of Lei Ying narrowed her eyes, staring at Qin Yu and asked in a deep voice, "Qin Yu, don't you stay in Konoha? What's the purpose of coming to Yunren?" "Ha ha." When Qin Yu heard this, he sneered and said, "I am a person, my temper is not very good, you'd better treat me better, otherwise." The 4th generation of Raikage glared at Qin Yu's eyes wide when he heard the words, "How about otherwise?" Qin Yu smiled slightly, then said softly, otherwise you will be at your own risk." Laugh. There was another big sound of inhaling air conditioning. "This is going to be tough, Lord Raikage. Since I became a ninja for so many years, I haven't seen any village's envoy ninja who dares to stand at the entrance of other villages and show such arrogance to other villages." "That's right, isn't he afraid? Isn't he afraid that it will cause the siege of our Yunren troops? Actually, I have never seen such a dead person." Although he hasn't finished speaking, his meaning is very clear. "Raikage, that's a fart, humph," Lei Ying snorted coldly. Seeing Qin Yu so big, the 4th generation of Lei Ying directly furious on the spot. The original big back head at this moment has become an explosive head. As for the big troops in Yunren village, they said, "I didn't even care about it at all." Just kidding, 2 or 3 shrimps are scary. However, Qin Yu didn't care about what the guards behind Lei Ying said. A large number of discussions sounded one after another behind Lei Ying. "Master Raikage. Now, it can be said that the ninja world is invincible. Should I still be afraid of him in this ninja village?" Seeing this, a guard nearby hurriedly stopped Lei Ying and whispered, "I heard that the 5 generations of Hokage value this person very much. If you rashly do it, I'm afraid." Just kidding, Xiaoyi is never used to others. Although he is just short-tempered, there is no idiot who can be a movie star. B************** D stuff. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Just kidding, Xiaoyi dared to be tough when he first emerged. If you are obedient, if you are not obedient, let me see if I call him obedient. Chapter 186. Start show. Advertisement. I saw the 4 generations of Raikage directly sneered at Qin Yu and shouted, "Qin Yu, as Konoha's ninja, how dare you sneak into Yunren village, my country of thunder." Furthermore, Ben Liang now seriously suspects that you abducted our Yunren's 8-tailed man Julie. Also, recently Yunren has been losing news about advanced ninjas. Ben Raikage also suspects that it has something to do with you. You still follow me? Qin Yu felt a little funny after listening to a lot of words of the 4 generations of Raikage Barabala. This 4th generation of Raikage, as always, will reverse black and white. According to the records in the original work, it was clear that Yunren took the opportunity of the peace talks to kidnap Miss Hyuga. The end result was a direct bite, saying that it was Patriarch Hyuga who killed their Yunren's messenger. But now, Qin Yu is clearly walking in the land of thunder, but he is described as sneaky. This Raikage is clearly determined to do it, but before he does it, he always has to stand at the commanding heights of morality so he can speak up. It is said that these 4 generations of Raikage are extremely irritable, but now they seem to be coarse and fine. Sure enough, there is no idiot who can become a film. This is Qin Yu's inner portrayal in his heart at this time. And even though Raikage Barabara has said a lot, some of them are even turning black and white, they are actually pinning hats. But to speak of it, those Yunren's elite ninjas were indeed killed by Qin Yu. This is not wrong. But just now he said that the eight-tailed man Zhuli, and when they first met, the footsteps seemed to be looking for something in a hurry. Could it be that what they were looking for was the eight-tailed rabbi from Yunren village? Thinking of this, Qin Yu secretly used his power of perception. Immediately, he felt that the eight-tailed man Zhuli was not far away from this, but was deliberately avoiding the shadow of thunder. Seeing this, Qin Yu also understood what happened. It should be Hokage who was worried about the safety of Rabbi the eight-tailed man, so he banned him. But Karabi was obviously uneasy and was restrained, so he ran out secretly. It should be like this. At this moment, the fourth generation of Hokage Barabara was about to finish speaking a lot of words. It can be said that the 4 generations of Hokage's Lil Abacus is crackling. However, he didn't understand how big the gap between him and Qin Yu was. He didn't understand that when the difference in strength was too great, all conspiracy and trickery were clouds. Before Qin Yu finished listening to Lei Ying's forcing Lai, he waved his hand directly. Well, I don't bother to listen to your nonsense, don't I just want to do it for a long time? Come on, it won't take much time to deal with a guy of your level anyway. Seeing this, the guards behind Lei Ying were also stunned. What does Qin Yu mean? It looks like he is about to do it. And now, Qin Yu also knew that the eight-tailed man Zhuli was nearby and that it was safe. Therefore, he directly came to Yunrenkun to tell Hokage to skip the task of protecting the eight-tailed man Zhuli, and turned it into a simple beating Hokage. Laugh, this kid is dead, he will never leave the country of thunder. Can't get out of the land of thunder? I think he will never survive a quarter of an hour. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Lei Ying-sama is already in anger, this kid dares to be so provocative, it's really a way of taking death. Advertisement, yes, I have never seen such a dead person. Haha, didn't this happen? It just so happens that you can vent to Master Hokage. Lei Ying's side heard a sound of inhaling air conditioning. The crowd of clouds and endurance never expected that Qin Yu was young but had such courage. Among the guards, R who had a hot temper and used Lei film and television as an idol was blown up on the spot. I saw him yelling directly at Qin Yu. Presumptuous, little devil, what are you? Dare to talk to us Master Lei Ying like this? I think you are really looking for death. While yelling, he slowly withdrew the long knife behind him. Seeing this person behave like this, Qin Yu shook his head helplessly, secretly slandering in his heart. This guy is really looking for death. However, from here, Qin Yu also indirectly saw that I, who was a thunder shadow among Yunren, would have such a high prestige unexpectedly. Although their prestige was already very high when Abby was combined back then, but they did not expect that now after becoming Hokage, their prestige is even more outrageous. The current Hokage's prestige in Yunren village should be about the same as Qin Yu's prestige in Konoha, and it can even be said to be even higher than Qin Yu's prestige. But this is also normal. In a village like Yunren that advocates power, the strength of his strength will make his prestige stronger. Prestige based on absolute power is longer and more stable than prestige based on prestige. However, for this, it is actually very simple to break it. Qin Yu looked at the person in front of him, his eyes slightly turned towards him. Qin Yu immediately smiled coldly at him and said, "Hee, what are you then?" Hearing this, the N****** on the opposite side suddenly stopped. After that, he shouted directly at Qin Yu irritably, "Hole, look at the knife, die to me." In the next second, the long knife in the N*****'s hand slashed back, and it slashed straight at his arm. Immediately afterwards, Qin Yu said to him cheerfully, "Tisk tisk. It's amazing, it's amazing." He only felt his own spirit in a trance. When he reacted again, his left arm had already fallen to the ground. And the most frightening thing was that the N***** didn't seem to figure out why his arm was missing. The sound was so loud that the whole forest seemed to shake. This sword technique can be said to be precise and fierce, admire it. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fanfiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. That is to say, if the knife just slashed at them, then their fate will be the same as this person. The wound was very neat and smooth, and blood spurted wildly. Seeing the panic on the other side, Qin Yu applauded directly and exaggeratedly. I heard that Yunren's ninjas are all combatants, and their sword skills are extremely sharp. When I saw it today, they really deserved their reputation. After the forced self-mutilation, Yunren, the N***** woke up. What? And the N***** on the opposite side was hit by Qin Yu's illusion without knowing it. In an instant, an extremely screaming scream sounded instantly. Obviously, Qin Yu just used illusion. Seeing the companions around him suddenly broke his arm, the crowd of Yunren N*****s suddenly paled in shock. Just now, none of them reacted. Immediately afterwards, he looked at his wound incredulously. Chapter 187. Hokage's Thunder Armor Advertisement. For an instant, all the N*****s present were furious and shocked at the same time. Although they didn't quite understand what was going on, they did know that it must be Qin Yu who was in front of him. This Konoha kid, who was only 15 or 6 years old, dared to act so recklessly in front of Hokage near the Yunren village in the country of thunder. The face of the fourth generation of Raikage was originally black, but now it is even more black because of this. I saw the 4 generations of Lei Ying staring at Qin Yu, and then he said solemnly to the guards behind him, "Be careful, it's an illusion." Although the surface was quiet, the inside of the 4th generation of Raikage was shocked. He thought that the information he had obtained about Qin Yu was comprehensive enough, but now that in retrospect, he was not good at illusion in that information. But judging from the situation just now, Qin Yu just glanced casually and controlled a superb spirit with extreme ease. After that, he even used illusion to make him chop off his arm. Such illusion skill strength is really too exaggerated. The 4th generation of Raikage has rummaged through the entire Yunren village. I'm afraid no one has such illusions. Moreover, for this incredible illusion technique, Raikage immediately thought of Shuyi's signature blood succession limits writing round eyes. And at this moment, he suddenly recovered. The person in front of him was from the Uchiha clan. Seeing Yunren, who was excited by the sentiment, Qin Yu's face suddenly turned cold. Looking at these N*****************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************่the little master? Lei Ying, you'd better take care of your subordinates. This time the young master is only a slight punishment. If you dare to speak insultingly, next time, it won't be the arm if you cut it so badly. After Qin Yu said this, the court fell into a strange silence for an instant. After listening to the the crowd was stunned for several seconds. This Konoha kid said that we are arrogant? I rub? Who was arrogant about this? Suddenly, the sentiment was enthusiastic, and on the spot, all of them were angry and scolded Qin Yu. Baga. Qin Yu, you are too arrogant. Yes, you show me a good look. This is Yunren, not you Konoha. Hey, is that arrogant? Qin Yu sneered when he heard the words and immediately squinted on the spot, and immediately said again. I'm sorry, Xiaoyi has always been so arrogant. Moreover, Xiaoyi's arrogance has never been anywhere. After hearing this, the Yunren and ******************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** Let's go together, brothers, kill him. When Qin Yu heard this, not only didn't hesitate at all, but he twitched his lips in response and said, "What's the matter? Come here, Hu Council's grandson." Seeing the group of muscular idiots in front of him, Qin Yu felt that if he didn't teach him a lesson, it was really impossible. Yunren's ninjas are brave and ruthless people. For Qin Yu's current provocations and insults, he was about to swarm on the spot. However, when they were about to act, they were blocked by the 4th generation Raikage standing at the front of the team. I saw the 4 generations of Lei Ying glaring at Qin Yu, and said to them in a deep voice, "All back. You are not this guy's opponent." Suddenly, a group of N************************************************************************************************************rs were quite uncomfortable and muttered, "Master Raikage." Seeing this, the 4th generation Raikage shouted again in a deep voice, "Shut up, give me back." Seeing that Raikage was angry, no one dared to disobey, so they retreated. Seeing this, Qin Yu raised his eyebrows directly and mocked them mercilessly. "Oh, grandchildren, are you counseling? Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi, Baga, kid, I think you are looking for death." Advertisement. The 4th generation of Lei Ying yelled and shouted at Qin Yu. "This Lei Ying will meet you personally. See how many caddies you have." The 4th generation of Raikage Iban is just a little temper, and he has not spoken for so long just now, but he has been forcibly suppressing the anger in his heart. And this is very rare for him, but now, he finally couldn't bear it, and he was about to explode now. Boom! Before he saw his seal, a violent thunder and lightning suddenly appeared outside of his body. Outside the 4 generations of Raikage's sturdy body, a violent and solid thunder armor was formed in an instant. And this is exactly the Thunder King's secret technique passed down from generation to generation in Yunren's Thunder Shadow Thor's armor. The 4th generation of Lei Ying glared at Qin Yu, and then shouted frantically, "Qin Yu, give me death." Seeing the 4th generation of Lei Ying's feet slammed on the ground, the whole person was like a thunder cannonball, shooting straight towards Qin Yu. The lightning attribute has the function of activating cells, which makes the speed of the 4th generation of Raikage extremely amazing. Even the ground that the 4 generations of Raikage rushed was plowed into a deep gully. It is conceivable how tough the Thunder Dun armor is on the 4th generation of Raikage nowadays. That extreme speed, coupled with extremely heavy power, and violent thunder and lightning. What this heavy blessing brings is the ultimate destructive power. Even if you don't need to be too fancy moves, even if you punch or kick it casually, it will have great destructive power. Seeing this, Qin Yu also secretly slandered, "This Raikage is indeed not a vain name, but compared to the younger one, it is not a little bit worse. Ah, it's been a long time since I saw the 4 generations of adults make a full shot. Every time I watch him fight, it's so hardy." That's right, Lord Raikage is too strong. If we can learn his 2 or 3, it will be enough to become an elite. The ninjas in Yunnan village were all amazed when they saw Raikage's action. Obviously, these people have an almost deformed worship of the 4 generations of Raikage. However, in the face of Raikage's astonishing power, Qin Yu just smiled at it. In an instant, outside of Qin Yu's body, an extremely violent thunder and lightning appeared at this moment. Looking at the intensity of this lightning, it was actually not weaker than the 4 generations of Raiking. How is this possible? When Yunren saw this, they were stunned on the spot. They thought that such a violent thunderdunge could only be controlled by the 4 generations of Raikage in the ninja world today. Unexpectedly, today, a Konoha imp can manage such a thunderous escape. The 4th generation of Raikage was sprinting frantically. Seeing this scene, his eyes suddenly widened. Even at this moment, he actually had the joy of seeing the hunt. It has been a long time since he had encountered such a powerful Lei Dun master. Suddenly, the 4 generations of Lei Ying exuded the intent to fight into the sky. Haha. Qin Yu is right. Lei Dun works well. Lei Ying first gave Qin Yu a light compliment, and then said with a grinning face. I just don't know, is this a mere manifestation? Qin Yu also responded with a sneer to the words of the 4th generation of Riking. Haha, if there is a mere fact, you will know it at the first try. Chapter 188. Raikage? Not just enough? Advertisement? Boom. In an instant, I, who was the 4th generation of Raikage, rushed to Qin Yu's side. Die to me. With a loud roar, the thunder-covered iron fist of the 4th generation of Lei Ying blasted directly at Qin Yu. On the side, a crowd of Yunnan ninjas were staring at the battle with scorching eyes. Look at Lei Ying's violent punch, then look at Qin Yu who has no response. For a while, the ninjas of Yunren were determined one by one, and everyone believed that this punch of the 4th generation of Raikage would definitely hurt Qin Yu severely. Although the 4th generation of Raikage Eye looks very rough, but inside and outside it is rough and fine, and by looking at his combat, it is easy to see that his fighting consciousness is extremely strong. After seeing Qin Yu just unleash the thunder armor, he stopped making any movements. After that, there was no trace of tension or fear on his face. Seeing this scene, the 4 generations of Raikage Eye's heart immediately shuddered. Seeing Qin Yu's calm response, the 4th generation of Raikage Eye suddenly thought of a former opponent. He remembered that the only opponent that was once highly valued, Konoha's 4th generation of Hokage Heifeng Mizumon. More than 10 years ago, Konoha's blonde man waved Feng Shuiman. He was so confident and calm in the face of his thunder and iron fist. It was he alone, with the cleanest posture, who gained the upper hand. Could this little devil also have the technique of Flying Thunder God? Huh. Ben Liying doesn't believe it, or all waves, Watergate? The 4th generation of Riking thought secretly in his heart, and when he thought of this, the 4th generation of Riking was a little annoyed for a while. In an instant, the strength and thunder and lightning on the iron fist also unconsciously strengthened a bit, and directly blasted towards Qin Yu's door. At this time, he had already made preparations, ready to change direction at any time. At this last moment, Qin Yu finally moved under the eyes of everyone. He did not choose to dodge, nor did he choose any fancy ninjutsu. He was just an ordinary punch, just like that punch directly blasted into Raikage's iron fist. Hey, this Konoha kid, if he has a little reputation, he really takes himself seriously, really stupid. Seeing this, a Yunren's N****** ninja sipped in disdain. How powerful is Raikage-sama? Can he catch a little devil who doesn't have the same hair? It's reasonable. As soon as this word came out, someone next to him immediately responded. Furthermore, the strength of Master Raikage's long-distance sprint is even more amazing. In my opinion, this punch will definitely cause him to be severely injured on the spot, breaking his bones and tendons. Boom. In the shocked eyes of everyone, the big and the small were very different in size, but the fists, which were also wrapped in the violent thunder and lightning, finally blasted together at this time. Between the two fists, violent thunder and lightning suddenly met. A deafening sonic boom suddenly exploded. However, the seen Yun Ninja imagined that Qin Yu was about to be severely injured at once, but at this time it did not appear at all. On the contrary, Qin Yu at this time looked rather relaxed. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. On the other hand, I of the 4th generation of Raikage, at this moment, there was a strange flush on his dark face. Advertisement. He desperately urged his energy to defeat Qin Yu, but he couldn't do it at all. The thunder punches of the two men continued to stalemate in midair. Even Yunren's N****** ninjas discovered something that shocked them. That is, his own Raikage-sama seems to be faintly falling into the wind at this time. How can it be? Yunren's N***** ninjas were shocked at this time, and they couldn't accept the situation in front of them. You know, Yunren of Yunren village is known for its strength. But even if you searched the entire Yunren village, only Yaochi Rabbi-sama could compete with the 4th generation Raikage in strength. Therefore, the two can cooperate with each other to use the must-kills that have never missed. But where is this Konoha imp in front of you? How big is this little devil? Can he have such a domineering power? Yunren's N***** ninjas felt that the whole person was not good. What makes it even more difficult for the N*****s to accept is that in terms of pure power, there is still a Karabi-sama in Yunren village who can be evenly matched with Raikage-sama. So, in terms of Lei Dun's attainments, there is absolutely nothing that can be compared with Lord Reiying. Because the thunder armor, which has been passed down from generation to generation, is the thunder armor, whether it is attack power or defense power, it is an absolute metamorphosis level. This is not a mystery of self-confidence, but has been proven in battle after battle. Because of this, as long as Yunren's ninja has always believed in one thing. That is, not only can't find a person in Yunren village who can compete with Raikage-sama on Thunderdunge, but also the entire ninja realm can't find such a person. In fact, if Qin Yu hadn't appeared, then their thoughts would be fine. Although Kakashi is known as 5-5 Kai, even though he also created his own S-level raid ninjutsu, Rage. But soon, he was shocked to discover a terrible thing. That is, no matter how he improves, Qin Yu is like an unfathomable ancient well that can completely take over his power. Stupid. But just now, the confidence of Yun Ren's N******** ninja was shaken. Ha ha. With the addition of the two, the power he possessed at this time, I am afraid that he has reached an incredible level. The fourth generation of Hokage desperately supported it, while squeezing a word of praise from the gap between his teeth. Facing the 4 generations of Hokage's gritted teeth, Qin Yu just smiled at it. A stinky little devil from Konoha, a young boy who had no reputation until recently, is now eligible to compete with his own Hokage on Thunder Dune. Of course I'm good at it, but Hokage, I'm afraid it's a little dysfunctional because of your age. If it were to replace his father, Haki White Fang, perhaps this would be the same. As the 4th generation of Hokage, Yi heard Qin Yu's yin and yang words, and he was directly furious on the spot. But if you talk about Lei Dun's understanding of Lei Dun, he is not as good as the 4 generations of Lei Ying. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fanfiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. At this time, Qin Yu was carrying the Mu Dunxian human body and the 8-door Dunjia. In terms of power alone, he definitely surpassed everyone in the ninja world. Haha, little devil, really has some strength, he is a good opponent. At this time, Qin Yu had not only some immortal human bodies from the 1st generation of Hokage Thousand Hand Pillars, but also some of the mysterious 8-door Dunjia of Konoha. After the rage, the 4th generation of Hokage immediately increased the output of chakra and power even more crazily. Chapter 189. The Legend of the 2nd Generation of Hokage. Advertisement. Therefore, Qin Yu now has the power to overcome 4 generations of Riking. As for Lei Dun, Qin Yu also learned a lot through the system. Although these methods may be a bit worse than the 4 generations of Hokage in Yunren village, but they are not much different. Therefore, these 4 generations of Lei Ying wanted to use a straight thunder punch to directly and brutally suppress Qin Yu, which can be said to be idiotic dreams. But the 4th generation of Lei Ying is a stubborn temper, not only likes to compete with others, but also likes to compete with himself. Especially the more difficulties he encounters, the more he has to prove himself. At this time, Qin Yu also seemed to feel really boring now, and the power in his body suddenly exploded. For an instant, the 4th generation of Hokage only felt a strong brute force coming down his fist, causing him to step back 5 or 6 steps uncontrollably. Good. The 4 generations of Hokage who were repulsed were already extremely angry at this moment. He was so angry that he smiled at Qin Yu and said, Qin Yu, you really have had 2 things, however, now you really irritate me completely. Ha ha, Qin Yu chuckled, then glanced at the 4 generations of Lei Ying. It seems that both the power of Lei Ying-sama and Lei Dun are still not in place. Seeing that Qin Yu was so arrogant, R cloud standing beside him couldn't stand it any longer, and he directly angered Qin Yu. Huh, little devil, it was just the first blow. We, Hokage-sama, were a little careless, don't be too arrogant. Yes, I think you are a junior, I just want to save your life. I don't know how to be grateful, I'm crazy, I think you were looking for death and found our Yunren village. I think this should be Konoha deliberately, just to let him come and die. A crowd of N******RS seemed to have finally found the reason, and started the group chat mode. Tisk tisk. Qin Yu directly said with a sneer about this Yunren, the more confused you are, the more you go back. What's this? Is the spiritual victory method. Seeing that even Yunren's ninjas were very dissatisfied with Qin Yu's words, the 4th generation Hokage was of course even more angry. I saw him shouting directly at Qin Yu. Konoha's little ghost is mad. Ben Hokage is here to tell you who is the strongest Thunder Dun in the ninja world. It is good. Master Hokage. Destroy him, Master Raiying, let him see the power of the shadow rank. Master Hokage, come on, let Konoha's little ghost know how powerful Yunren is. Lei Dun's strongest person is none other than our Master Lei Ying from Yunren village. The Yunren NGS were full of enthusiasm at this time, and they were very convinced in their hearts that the strongest person in Thunder Dun must also be their own Lord Hokage. The strongest Thunder Dun can never be Konoha. Otherwise, the face of Thunder Country Yunnan village will be ashamed and thrown home, and sooner or later they will become the laughing stock of the ninja world. The battle between Qin Yu and the 4th generation of Lei Ying was originally just because of different forces, coupled with some arguments. But the 4th generation of Hokage said this, and gave this battle a new meaning. That was this battle, and at this time, it was to determine the strongest Thunder Dune user in the ninja realm today. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Before today, or before meeting Qin Yu, the 4th generation of Lei Ying, like all Yunren, firmly believed that he was the strongest Lei Dun. Advertisement. But just after the fight with Qin Yu, he actually made such a request now. This proved that he had completely faced Qin Yu at this time. When Qin Yu heard this, he suddenly remembered something very interesting. At this moment, Qin Yu looked at Eye of the 4th generation of Hokage, and said to him jokingly, I wonder if Lord Hokage has ever heard the legend of the 2nd generation of Naruto? Hearing Qin Yu's words, the crowd of N******* ninjas who were Yunren were very confused at this time. Everyone is thinking, why is it suddenly involved in the 2nd generation of Hokage? Could it be said that the second generation of Hokage's Thunder Dun is very strong? I, who was from the fourth generation of Raikage, immediately reacted as soon as he heard this. Obviously he knew what Qin Yu was going to say. In an instant, the face of the fourth generation of Lei Ying suddenly became extremely pale. As the Konoha ninja village in the country of fire, their second generation of Naruto Senshu, that is, it has two unique skills that cross the ninja world. These two stunts are a kind of water escape, and the other is a superb speed. As for the forbidden technique, let's not talk about it. The people in the ninja world at that time didn't know this kind of stock, and couldn't distinguish what forbidden techniques could not be restrained. The situation in Wuyin village was the most embarrassing when it was time to cross the ninja world with dry hands. Because at that time, a well-known thing. The strongest fire escape is in Konoha village, the country of fire. The strongest wind escape is in Sandian village, the country of wind. The strongest thunder escape is in Yanyan village, the country of thunder. And the strongest soil escape is in Yanyan village, the land of earth. However, the Wuyin village in the water country, which is the same as the 5 great ninja villages, was embarrassed to discover at that time that the strongest water escape users in the ninja world were not in their misty places. The strongest Suizan of that period was recognized as Konoha's second generation Naruto Senjima. Some people even call his water escape ninjutsu. Sea escape, ninjutsu. During the period when Konoha II Hokage was still alive, it was relatively dark for Wuyin village. Because they didn't know how much ridicule they had suffered, they lost the face of the 5 great shinobu villages. Lei Ying shouted directly at Qin Yu, and then said, "Little devil, let the old man tell you, Yun Ren is not a misty man, and you are not worthy of being compared with the second generation of Hokage." Humph. He knew that the kid in front of him wanted to say that the strongest user of Lei Dun now is his Qin Yu, not Lei Ying. The arrogant and grumpy 4th generation Raikage was finally completely angry at this time. Boom. That's right, this Qin Yu is now doomed to escape. This is the second stage of Thunder God Armor, and it is also the strongest form that the 4th generation of Raikage can play. It seems that this little ghost named Qin Yu is still a little capable. He can actually push Master Rang to this point. The 2 sturdy arms sank down to the waist and made a charged movement. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. No matter how good it is, it's useless. Once the second stage of Thor's armor comes out, this kid will undoubtedly die. While roaring wildly, the 4th generation Raikage clenched his fists. The astonishing thunder and lightning made the 4 generations of Raikage's original big back head. At this moment, it has become an explosive head. However, now Qin Yu suddenly mentioned the second generation of Hokage, and I, who was the 4th generation of Raikage, instantly reacted. Qin Yu's sudden sentence seemed to be a fluttering sentence, but his actual lethality was extremely high. Oh, Lord Raikage has entered the second stage directly. Yeah, I haven't seen this form for many years. Almost for an instant, the thunder and lightning surrounding the 4 generations of Raikage suddenly became extremely violent. Chapter 190. The 4 generations of Raikage. Advertisement. At this time, all the N********* R ninjas of Yunran saw that their Raikage-sama had a big move, and their faces were full of the word fanatical. Damn Konoha kid, die. The 4th generation of Lei Ying burst into a shout, and then rushed to Qin Yu again. Last time his sprint speed was already extremely fast, but this time his sprint speed was actually more than that of the last time. The speed of the current 4 generations of Raikage is like a space jump. In an instant, the 4th generation of Lei Ying rushed to Qin Yu's side. Heavy current violence. The 4th generation of Lei Ying roared wildly and hit Qin Yu with a strong elbow. Seeing this, Qin Yu just smiled, and then stretched out his right hand, gathering a large number of violent Lei Dun chakra on his right hand. At the same time, he even achieved the extreme change in the nature of the thunder attribute. In an instant, chakra, the extremely violent thunder attribute, became extremely docile in Qin Yu's hands. Even so, anyone can feel the power of this blow. This trick is. The 4th generation of Lei Ying saw Qin Yu's tricks, his eyes shrank suddenly, and then he said in shock, "Hama Kakashi's." Rachel. Qin Yu gave a soft drink and pierced the thunder knife in his hand at the elbow of the 4th generation of Lei Ying. Lei Qi, although this ninjutsu was invented by Kakashi, it was displayed in the hands of Qin Yu, and it was many times stronger than it was in Kakashi's hands. 2 equally violent thunder attacks slammed into each other in the shocking eyes of everyone. At the intersection of the 2 ninjutsu, thunder suddenly broke out. The burst of blue and white light almost dazzled the eyes of the N********RS. What? The 4 generations of Raikage roared wildly, and the originally dark face was flushed red, and he continued to increase his efforts to suppress Qin Yu. However, the main power of his heavy ninjutsu comes from the bombardment when he first touches. What is important is to crush or even smash the enemy at the moment of contact. Now that there is a stalemate, he wants to break the situation again, it is very difficult to do it. On the contrary, as his power continued to erupt, Qin Yu's Lei Che actually pierced his arm directly. The red blood burst out directly from the wound of the 4th generation of Raikage. Then, under the high temperature of Raiden ninjutsu, it quickly evaporated into nothingness. Master Raikage was actually injured. Oh my god, how could this be? Is this kid really so strong? Impossible, I absolutely don't believe it. Impossible. This kind of thing is absolutely impossible. How could Lord Raikage be injured? Is this Qin Yu really strong to this level? Yun Ren's N ****** R ninjas were shocked when seeing Lord Raikage injured. In their hearts, their own Raikage-sama is the undefeated god of war. At the same time, Lord Raikage is also their belief. Just such a person, how could he suffer from a kid? Moreover, it is still a loss in the competition of Lei Dun. At this moment, they suddenly felt a sense of unreality like a dream. At this time, the 4 generations of Raikage didn't expect that Qin Yu's Lei Qi ninjutsu could be so powerful. Read more at hotmtl novel. Zai not only resisted his heavy currents, but even pierced his Thor armor. Advertisement. At the moment when Qin Yu Lei Qi ninjutsu pierced his body, the pupils of the 4th generation of Lei Ying shrank suddenly. At this moment, I of the 4th generation of Raikage suddenly thought of his father's stunt. This trick is the same as my father's stunts, and it has the same skill as the father. The 4th generation Lei Ying murmured in his heart. If he had the Thor armor in his heyday, he might be able to withstand Rachel for a while. But before he released the heavy current storm, mobilized too many Lei Dun chakra. And because of this, the Thor armor on his body has become a little weak, so he can't compete with the powerful Lei Che at all. And because of this, Qin Yu took advantage of this to enter. However, the 4 generations of Raikage are not worthy of the battle-tested generation. His response was quite quick. He saw his feet hit the ground heavily, and then he jumped high. Moreover, even taking advantage of the opportunity of the body to vacate, the 4th generation Raikage instantly launched the next ultimate move. Faced with this series of reactions, this is the top ninja's ability to react on the spot. Offensive and defensive conversion, decisive and ruthless. Yi Lei sinks into anger and thunder axe. The 4 generations of Raikage screamed and concentrated all the Lei Dun chakra all over on his right foot. Immediately, from top to bottom, he violently cheated and slashed towards Qin Yu. If such a powerful kick is really broken, I'm afraid it can instantly cut people into a pool of fleshy mud. However, Qin Yu hooked the corner of his mouth slightly at this time, and saw his figure flicker, as if he had been directly passed through his body by this trick. Boom. The 4 generations of Raikage's sublimated kick smashed to the ground fiercely. Yunren village is built between the towering peaks, and the surrounding ground can be said to be all solid rocks. But at the foot of the 4th generation of Raikage, how solid the rock had formed a huge pit several meters in radius at this time. This shows how amazing the power of the 4th generation Raikage's foot is. However, Qin Yu was unscathed at this moment. Seeing Qin Yu standing unscathed beside him cheerfully, the 4th generation of Raikage was indeed blinded. In front of his stomach, Qin Yu just kicked it up. To put it simply, Qin Yu used the technique of Flying Thunder God to move instantly at the moment when he was about to be struck by Thunder Shadow. However, how powerful Qin Yu's strength is. In the entire forest, only the electric arc on Raikage's body was buzzing and whistling, and there was no more sound. Now he is really blinded. The fast-moving speed of the Flying Thunder God technique even produced a phantom in the same place, so it looked like it had been passed through. No one can explain what exactly Qin Yu used to avoid the attack of Raking. Looking at the 4 generations of Raikage who was dumbfounded in front of him, Qin Yu was not at all polite. At this moment, Rao, the experienced Raikage, felt a little dazed. Read more at hotmtl novel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. It turned out that Qin Yu used the technique of Flying Thunder God accurately in the moment just now. His body, which looked like a black mountain, was kicked by Qin Yu with a heavy leg and he flew out. However, it was not only the 4 generations of Raikage's Ammon, but even a group of N****** R ninjas next to him were also blinded. It was Qin Yu's sudden kick that helped him come back to his senses. Moreover, he did not recognize the trick Qin Yu had just used, which was the technique of Flying Thunder God. Rao is the 4th generation of Raikage, although it has Thor armor protection, but it can only block ninjutsu damage, and there is no way to offset this kind of real power impact. The world seems to freeze at this moment. Chapter 191. Shenluo Tianzhong shows his power. Advertisement. Boom boom boom. Qin Yu's powerful strength, coupled with the heavy weight of the 4 generations of Lei Ying, and the powerful thunder and lightning all over his body. As a result, the 4th generation Raikage had broken how many big trees while flying backwards. In the end, he smashed a huge boulder severely and brought up a huge smoke and dust, which was considered as stopping his body. Master Raikage. At this time, a group of Cloud Nin N***** RS were shocked, and they wanted to rush to check. Cough. In the smoke, Lei Ying coughed, and then rushed out. With the protection of Thor's armor, he did not suffer any damage, but his image became quite embarrassed. Especially on the knotted muscles on the chest, there was a funny footprint. Seeing the appearance of the 4th generation of Lei Ying, Qin Yu suddenly wanted to laugh. At this moment, the 4th generation of Raikage was ashamed. And at this moment, the group of N***** R ninjas who were standing by the side had already rushed to the 4th generation of Raikage. Everyone looked at the 4th generation of Raikage, and asked with great concern, Master Raikage. How are you? It's okay. Seeing the concern of many Yunnan ninjas, I of the 4th generation of Raikage directly waved domineeringly. Who is in a panic? What kind of style is it? Do you really think that Raking will be so defeated? If at this moment, there was no Qin Yu's shoe print on the tendon on his abdomen, then this should have been a very aggressive situation. However, it is a pity that everyone now sees the shoe prints on the tendons of his abdomen, and everyone just finds it a bit funny. But Yunren's N******** R ninjas didn't dare to laugh, so they had to endure it. And this enduring, these Yunren ninjas turned their black faces into red. Humph. Seeing this, the fourth generation of Lei Ying snorted coldly, and he didn't bother to pay attention to these subordinates. Immediately, a pair of tiger eyes from the fourth generation of Raikage stared at the opposite Qin Yu. Boy, you have truly irritated me thoroughly. Ben Raikage must give you a lesson that will never be remembered forever. The fourth generation of Raikage was roaring frantically at this time. Under the extreme anger, the Thor armor around him seemed to become even more violent. He raised his left arm high, and the extremely violent blue thunder and lightning gathered crazily on his already strong left arm, and in a blink of an eye, a dazzling thunder knife was formed. Try this. As soon as Lei Dun's hand knife was formed, the fourth generation of Raikage sprinted quickly. At this time, the fourth generation of Lei Ying appeared to be teleporting, and quickly came to Qin Yu's side. With a heavy kick on the ground, I leapt high, and the violent Lei Dun slashed at Qin Yu fiercely from top to bottom. Success. Thunder abuse level dance. Seeing his own Raikage Sama had already used this trick, Yunren's N******* R ninjas instantly changed. They immediately changed from their previous worries to complete calmness. Obviously, they have strong confidence in this trick, Thunder Abuse Level Dry Dance. Everyone believed that as long as the fourth generation of Raikage made this move, it would be able to directly seal the victory. No way, this is not the self-confidence of the Yunren people, but it is really the record of this trick, which is too brilliant. You know this ninjutsu, it is the ninjutsu that once cut off the horns on the head of the eight-tailed ox ghost as a tail beast. A dozen years ago, during the eight-tailed riot in Yunren village, the young I and his father, the three generations of Reiking, jointly resisted the eight-tailed bull ghost. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. At that time, he was still young, not even the fourth generation of Raikage, but he had already made his debut. Advertisement. In that battle, I also took this opportunity to become famous in one fell swoop. With this trick, Thunder Abuse Level 1000 Generation Dance, I directly cut off a corner of the eight-tailed bull ghost. And it was precisely because he created this excellent opportunity that the third generation of Raikage had the opportunity to reseal the eight-tailed bull ghost back into the bottle of amber. At this moment, the thinking of Yunnan N******* ninjas is very simple. That is how amazing is Yao's defensive power. And how strong is his body. However, even such a powerful eight-tailed bull ghost had a corner of his head cut off under this ninjutsu trick, so he wanted to smash Qin Yu, of course. Seeing the fourth generation of Raikage's ninjutsu, Qin Yu unconsciously took it with Kakashi's rage. It turns out that the fourth generation Raikage's Thunder Abuse Level Chio Dance is much more powerful than Kakashi's Reiki ninjutsu. Facing such a fierce blow from the fourth generation of Raikage, Qin Yu suddenly smiled, and the smile was extremely brilliant. Okay. The fourth generation of Lei Ying instantly caught Qin Yu's expression change, and immediately frowned. But no matter what he thought, he couldn't think of any means Qin Yu could have to stop his own big move. Pretending to be. I don't think about it, I just don't want to. I saw that the fourth generation directly screamed from Lei Ying, and the thunder knife in his hand slashed at Qin Yu with a more violent power. But at this moment, Qin Yu's eyes suddenly closed slightly, and then suddenly opened. In such an instant, the moment Qin Yu's eyes opened and closed, his original eyes had changed drastically. The original pitch black in Qin Yu's eyes had already turned into purple ripples at this moment. That one. At this time, the fourth generation of Lei Ying saw the change of Qin Yu's eyes, the pupils in his eyes suddenly shrank, and a deep look of shock appeared on his face immediately. Immediately afterwards, the fourth generation of Raikage only felt that in his mind, two huge rippled pupils suddenly shook. Shen Luo Tianzheng. Boom. Along with Qin Yu's soft drink, the violent repulsion centered on him, spreading out wildly. The original figure of the fourth generation of Lei Ying suddenly stopped in the air for an instant. In the next instant, the fourth generation of Raikage quickly flew backwards at an even more exaggerated speed. Bang bang bang. Along the way, the fourth generation of Raikage didn't know how many trees and rocks were crushed. In the end, when the fourth generation of Raikage hit a huge mountain peak, it barely stopped. However, although he stopped, his whole body was embedded directly in the center of the mountain. At this time, the fourth generation of Raikage, with scars all over his body, looked extremely miserable. Because he rushed too fast before and was too close to Qin Yu. Moreover, Qin Yu's repulsive force was extremely huge, so his backward speed was far beyond ordinary people. As for the other N****** R ninjas of Yunren, although they were also bombed, they were far less miserable than him. Ouch. What? With the sound of moaning groaning, a group of N****** R ninjas with nobility climbed up from the ground with difficulty. Everyone couldn't care about their own pain, and the moment they got up, they hurriedly looked at the fourth generation of Reiking. Chapter 192, What is the real Lei Dun? Advertisement. The poor fourth generation Raikage almost fainted due to this push. When he finally woke up, he found that he was blasted into the mountain, and suddenly he was furious. The thunder flickers, the hair and beard are all stretched. The extreme anger made his thunder and lightning more powerful, and the Thor armor outside his body extended outwards, and it actually directly smashed a mountain from the inside. However, he didn't have the slightest joy when he got away. On the contrary, he was full of anger and sorrow at this time, and shouted at Qin Yu directly, A**hole. Young people don't speak martial arts. If you say you are going to compete with Lei Dun, you actually use pupil skills. I was really careless. There was no flash. Hearing this, Qin Yu suddenly felt that Lei Ying was a little funny. Qin Yu curled his lips and said to the fourth generation of Hokage, don't be nonsense, when did you say it? Who did you say it to? Isn't you always talking to yourself? I never agreed. What? Ninja, isn't it the one who won the victory by all means? Hearing that, the fourth generation of Lei Ying suddenly flushed with anger. He really couldn't think of what Qin Yu could say, the shamelessness of this guy. A**hole. It's okay to compete against Lei Dun. Even using pupil surgery. Shameless. It's so shameless. Don't play if you can't afford it. Don't play if you can't afford it. As Konoha ninja this kind of quality. It's really bad. That's it, it's a shame to be a ninja too. Konoha ninja spicy chicken, Qin Yu spicy chicken. All the N********* ninjas of Yunren were filled with righteous indignation at this time and condemned them one after another. It can be said that in a sense, their emotions can also be understood. You know, the 4 generations of Hokage, whom they have always regarded as the god of war, have been repeatedly eaten in the hands of a junior, which makes them very embarrassed and feels that their beliefs have collapsed. But now, they seem to have grasped a reason, or excuse. With this reason or excuse, he can perfectly explain why Hokage deflated. So in this case, even if you know it is an excuse, you must enlarge it infinitely. I have to say that this is also the sadness of this group of Yunren. Wait, those eyes are FK, the legendary eye of reincarnation. Although Yunren's ninjas are irrational, the 4th generation of Hokage in Yunren village is relatively sober after all. After he yelled a few words, he suddenly reacted, his dark face was full of shock. What? Eyes of reincarnation? The eyes of that adult in the legend. How can that be? It seems so, it is indeed the legendary eye. It's really the eyes of reincarnation. Cheating. This is all cheating. Hearing the 4th generation of Hokage as the leader speak, all the N******* ninjas also reacted. Qin Yu suddenly hooked his mouth at this moment and smiled and said to the 4th generation of Hokage, unexpectedly, you still have some eyesight. Humph. Listening to Qin Yu's appreciation, the 4th generation of Lei Ying snorted directly, and then asked, where do your eyes come from? Qin Yu glanced at him sideways, and said the 4 most G words in the most plain tone. None of your business. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Advertisement. The 4th generation of Lei Ying was furious, but he suppressed his anger and asked Qin Yu again. Ben Lei Ying heard that the leader of Akatsuki has reincarnation eyes. Why does it appear on you now? You won it from him. Or, the so-called Akatsuki organization is actually your Konoha behind the scenes. 4 generations of Hokage's words are in the end, and they are already full of expressions. Listening to the imaginative question of the 4 generations of Lei Ying, Qin Yu said in his heart, good fellow, I am a good fellow directly. The imagination of the 4 generations of Raking really has a set. From now on, let Zilai also stop writing books, let these 4 generations of Raking write it. These words were the most true emotions Qin Yu felt in his heart at this moment. And when Qin Yu cared about his emotions, he ignored the 4 generations of Hokage on the side, and it could be said that he ignored him at all. This made the already irritable Lei Ying even more angry, and immediately yelled at Qin Yu. Say, where did you catch our Yunren's second-tailed man Zuli by the wooden man? And my brother Karabi, who is also missing now, is it also related to you? Upon hearing this, Qin Yu waved his hand impatiently. Glancing at Lei Ying, Qin Yu said faintly, what are you talking about? You are a complete idiot. A**hole. The 4th generation of Lei Ying was furious on the spot, and angrily rebuked Qin Yu, a kid who can only play tricks and show off, today you will die. Yes, this kid Lei Dun is absolutely not our opponent of Hokage-sama, and there is still a face to speak out. Humph, how could he compare to Master Hokage? Now that Master Raing is prepared, he will definitely be able to take it down. That is, he can compare with Master Hokage. HMPH. If it weren't for conspiracy and trickery, he wouldn't even be worthy to lift the shoes for Lord Hokage. Just. After hearing the words of the 4 generations of Hokage, the N******* ninjas of Yunren had a high tide again. Ha ha. Seeing this, Qin Yu sneered directly, and then said to them with disdain, I don't want to be familiar with you, it's endless, I really feel that his thunder dunge is very strong. Next, Xiao Yi will let you see what is the real Lei Dun. Call out. Qin Yu's hands quickly formed seals, and he took a deep breath and sprayed into the air violently. Fire escaped the art of the powerful fire dragon. This technique was used in Qin Yu's hands at this time, and it was many times stronger than it was used in Urzuzi Sasuke's hands. A crowd of ninjas who had a lot of forbearance all raised their heads and looked up at the sky. I saw a few gorgeous and huge fire dragons rushing to the sky. What is that? Do you think this kid is stupid? Do you think you are Chakrado? Actually set a fire dragon into the sky. Moreover, didn't he just say that he was going to show some thunder escape? HMPH. Are you stupid? You believe that too? This kid knows what lay done is a fart. He is obviously pretending to be a fool. That's right, he just doesn't know how to pretend to understand, just to pretend to be compelling. It seems to be true, he is purely pretending to be force. Also let us see lay done, that's it. There was a lot of discussion among Yunrin, and many people also clamored frantically. However, as the fourth generation of Hokage, his face has always been serious at this moment. Although he could not understand Qin Yu's approach, the instinct of a strong man told him that Qin Yu's approach was definitely a matter of profound significance. Chapter 193, Kirin reappears. Advertisement. However, as the fourth generation of Hokage, his face has always been serious at this moment. Although he could not understand Qin Yu's approach, the instinct of a strong man told him that Qin Yu's approach was definitely a matter of profound significance. Therefore, the four generations of Lei Yinghu at this time stared at the sky without daring to blink. When several gorgeous fire dragons rushed into the sky, they disappeared slowly. When a group of Yunrin ninjas saw their Hokage staring at the sky so intensively, they all followed suit. Immediately afterwards, such a magical scene appeared in the small woods outside Yunrin village. That is, dozens of Yunrin's N******** R ninjas raised their heads at the same time, and all of them looked up at the sky at a 45-degree angle. Watching this scene, Qin Yu couldn't help but twitch his mouth slightly. What are you doing? These horse-riding Yunnan ninjas are all a group of Tian Han, fighting against Konoha's undead little foxes. Yunren's N******* R ninjas simultaneously looked up at the sky. However, 3 seconds passed, and there was no response from the sky. After another 5 seconds, there was still no response. At this moment, some people couldn't help but started cursing. They thought that everyone was completely fooled by Qin Yu. Another 5 seconds passed, and more N******* RS had this idea. Their necks were sore, they still didn't see anything. As a result, people began to give up. Boom. When everyone gave up, there was a sudden explosion above the sky. For an instant, Yunren's N****** R ninjas were all taken aback, and immediately looked up at the sky again. You must know that the sky above Yunrin village is full of dark clouds all year round, but today is a rare sunny day. But at this time, the sky that was originally clear and cloudless suddenly dimmed. Above the high altitude, the fog rose and the dark clouds gathered and became bigger and bigger. In the thick clouds, there are still strong flashes of electric arcs. What's going on? Could it be that Qin Yu created this vision? Impossible. I don't believe that Qin Yu made this. I don't believe it either, it must be a coincidence. It must be a coincidence, how can this kind of thing be done by humans? That's it, I have never seen one that can control the weather. Coincidence, I absolutely believe it is a coincidence. Having witnessed this scene in front of him with his own eyes, the fourth generation of Hokage's heart was beating wildly at this time. Although he was a little unbelievable in his heart, but instinct told him that it was true. No. Impossible, forcibly changing the weather of the world, is this something human can do? The fourth generation of Hokage's brows frowned, he still couldn't believe it, or he didn't want to believe it at this time. There is still a trace of luck in his heart. What if this is a coincidence? After all, the terrain of the Kingdom of Thunder is on the high side, and Yunrin village is built among the peaks, and lightning and thunder are common. However, it has never been as exaggerated as the one flashed today. But shortly afterwards, his pupils shrank again. I saw Qin Yu on the opposite side, and at this moment he slowly floated from the ground. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. At this moment, he seemed to be free from gravitational force, and his figure kept flying high in the sky. Advertisement. Leaving the ground into the air is a true portrayal of Qin Yu at this time. The flying technique of Libra Onoki. The fourth generation of Lei Ying looked at Qin Yu, who was slowly rising into the air. The pupils in his eyes shrank suddenly, and he muttered in shock, how could this kid not pass the secret of Yinyan? You know, this flying technique, as far as the current ninja world is concerned, there is only one person who can perform it, and that is Libra Onogi of Iwanan village. Looking at the entire ninja world, it seems that no one knows how to do it except for the single transmission of a single line of soil shadows in Iwanan village in the land of the earth. Even Uchiha Madara, who is Shura of the ninja world, and Senjuju, the god of ninja, never met. However, no one knows that, in fact, he has nothing to do with the so-called Raoshizi's flying technique for half a dime. The reason why Qin Yu was able to slowly ascend into the air was all thanks to his pupil skills and his reincarnation eyes. His current situation is because he used the power of reincarnation eyes to fill his body with repulsive force. This powerful repulsive force caused Qin Yu to directly get rid of the gravity on the ground, and thus slowly lifted into the air. Seeing the rising Qin Yu, Lei Ying frowned. Immediately afterwards, the fourth generation of Raking Eye yelled at Qin Yu, boy. What are you going to do? Finally, when Qin Yu's figure rose hundreds of meters into the sky, he stopped. Qin Yu looked at Eye of the fourth generation of Rakage, and directly shouted in a deep voice, 4 generations of Rakage, as soon as the young master is used, whoever is the strongest user of Thunder Shadow in the ninja realm from then on, everyone has their own opinions. Qin Yu, who has always been cynical, made a very majestic voice at this moment. Immediately afterwards, he slowly raised his right hand. A powerful Lei-dun chakra appeared from his hand and pierced the thundercloud in the sky. Boom! The thunder and lightning in the thundercloud were already very violent. Now that they were intruded by uninvited guests, they became even more violent in an instant. The violent thunder and lightning in the thundercloud seemed to be punished by thunder in the next second, which was very shocking. Nani? How come? Seeing that Lei Yun was actually affected by Qin Yu, the pupils of the fourth generation of Lei Ying shrank suddenly. Only then did he finally determine that this thundercloud in the sky was created by Qin Yu. Oh my god, what is this man doing? This man is crazy. All the R ninjas were also taken aback at this time. Madman, he is simply a madman through and through. This unicorn group, completely generated by thunder, is lifelike and exudes endless majesty. As soon as the Raiden Kirin took shape, he roared wildly in an instant. Shameless, damn it, how could Konoha have such an arrogant lunatic? All of them, no one thought that Qin Yu could perfectly control the incomparably powerful natural lightning. It only took a few breaths of time to form a huge monster with a dragon head and a snake body. And this huge monster formed by thunder and lightning is exactly the unicorn. He's playing with fire. Hole. Don't drag us down if you want to die. They only felt that Qin Yu in front of him was going to use what kind of tricks to kill him. This person is crazy. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. That was the natural thunder and lightning that was originally chaotic, but under the control of Qin Yu, it suddenly began to deform. Roar. He is going to die with us. But soon, the Yunren people were shocked to discover another thing. The Qilin's roar was deafening, and the entire Yunren village and even a small part of Thunder Country heard this voice. Chapter 194. Acknowledge. Advertisement. Roar. As soon as the Raiden Kirin took shape, he roared wildly in an instant. The Qilin's roar was deafening, and the entire Yunren village and even a small part of Thunder Country heard this voice. Oh my god, what is that? This is a monster. This is clearly a monster, it's terrible. I feel that this monster is even scarier than the tailed beast. It's not a feeling, this monster is definitely scarier than the tailed beast. Is this really something that humans can do? It's really unbelievable. Yun's R ninjas looked at the thunder and lightning unicorns in the sky, and heard the deafening thunder, their expressions changed drastically. Not good. At this moment, who was the fourth generation of Raikage, suddenly shrank his pupils. His eyesight is stronger than others, and he knows the power of this trick far better than others. Although separated by hundreds of meters, he could clearly feel the terrifying energy contained in the unicorn monster. 4 generations of Raikage. I don't know what you think of this trick. Qin Yu was hovering in midair, his black robe was blown into a hunting noise. The thunder and lightning unicorn above his head is like the rebirth of Thor. At this moment, the thunder and lightning unicorn in the sky was staring at the people below. Although the unicorn has not yet arrived, the powerful pressure has already made all the Yunnan ninjas, including the 4th generation of Raikage, feel a little breathless. And it was not until this time that the 4 generations finally wanted to understand the principle of Qin Yu's previous production of lightning. It's just that the most difficult part of the Kylin technique is not how to make thunderclouds and lightning. The most difficult thing is how to master the lightning after it has been created. You know that thunder and lightning are extremely violent, especially natural thunder and lightning. That can be said to be a carelessness, that is, causing thunder and burning one's body, but when the time comes, the body will die. It seemed that Qin Yu could control it perfectly now. At this time, the 4th generation of Raing's eyes darkened, and a strong sense of powerlessness flashed in his heart. In front of Qin Yu's ninjutsu, all cloud ninjutsu secret techniques and the strongest thunder escape are all clouds. This Lei-dun Qilin is probably the ultimate of Lei-dun ninjutsu. Moreover, as long as it is thunder, the speed must be incredibly fast. What's more, now the thunder of ninjutsu is a natural thunder and lightning. You know, the natural lightning is far from comparable to the lightning condensed by a ninja with a chakra. Almost instantly, the 4th generation of Raikage judged that this was an attack that was absolutely unavoidable. Even after he activated the cell with the lightning attribute chakra, the short distance sprint was comparable to the time and space technique, and he still didn't have the slightest confidence to avoid this technique. Not to mention, behind him, there are a group of ordinary Yunnan ninjas. Qin Yu floated the corner of his mouth directly in the air, and did not rush to make a move. In this way, he was pulling the unicorn, swimming slightly in the air. But the more so, the greater the fear brought by the thunder Kirin. Clouds and thunder flickered, and an extremely solemn atmosphere enveloped everyone below. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Everyone below felt that their breathing was a little unsmooth. Advertisement. Qin Yu was very confident of this ninjutsu, and he firmly believed that once his ninjutsu came out, there would be no fight for the strongest thunder in the ninjutsu world. And after Qin Yu used this cheating trick of thunder and lightning Kylin ninjutsu, the next 4 generations of Raikage were also dumbfounded at this time. At this time, the 4 generations of Raikage, the original black and black face, at this moment are all a little white. Looking back at the subordinates behind him, a trace of unbearable flashes in the eyes of the 4th generation of Raikage. The next moment, he shouted directly at Qin Yu in the air, Qin Yu. Don't be impulsive, have something to say. What happened just now was a misunderstanding. When he said this, the face of the fourth generation of Hokage was flushed. Although he can sit in the position of Hokage, he definitely has more than brute force, even the city palace is very deep. But he was essentially a straight-headed person, and he still couldn't hold on to his face when he said nonsense with his eyes open. When Qin Yu heard the words, he curled his lips and muttered, "This fourth generation Hokage's cheeks are not good. This is completely inescapable, and he can blush, really. You know, if this matter is replaced by the old man Sarutobi, he will definitely be able to keep his face from red and heartbeat. It seems that the four generations of Hokage, a politician, are unqualified. Generally speaking, as a politician, you must at least be thick-skinned. However, even though the Hokage suit has softened, is Qin Yu such a good talker? Obviously not. Misunderstanding. Does Lord Hokage really think that I am so deceived when I am young? Isn't the little master never giving you a chance? But you didn't take it to heart, it's late now." A few hundred meters above the sky, Qin Yu's majestic voice came. With the accompaniment of endless thunder, the majestic voice is like the trial of Thor. "Qin Yu, how dare you be so aggressive?" Being so humiliated by the junior Qin Yu, who was the fourth generation of Hokage, also looked angry. Immediately, the fourth generation Hokage shouted in a deep voice again, "Junior, if you behave like this, are you not afraid of causing a war between Konoha and Yunrin?" Ha ha, Qin Yu just chuckled at this. Maybe this is a common problem of all people who bully and fear hardship. Can't you be honest when you come up? You have to take the initiative to provoke and find things. Immediately afterwards, he suddenly realized that he was not someone's opponent, and then the speed of light gave in. When the other party did not accept his confession, he began to reason with the other party again. "To be honest, your IQ really makes me anxious for you Yunrin in Yunrin village. Your four generations of Hokage-sama, when you said unscrupulously that you want to kill the little master just now, why didn't you think about whether it would trigger a war between the two villages? 10 years ago, when you used the messenger of peace talks even more disregarded of shame, and tried to win Konoha with a blank eye, why didn't you think about whether it would cause a war? What's more, what if it triggers a war? Do you think that Yunrin from Yunrin village will be my Konoha's opponent? The Konoha now is not the Konoha of more than 10 years ago." The fourth generation of Lei Ying was speechless by Qin Yu, and his whole body was trembling with anger. Although what Qin Yu said was true, it was indeed the person he provoked. The current four generations of Hokage, at this time, are really regretful. He couldn't think that this Konoha Qin Yu turned out to be such a monster. "I thought that the rumors were just exaggerations, but I didn't expect that the actual strength of the person in front of him seemed to be even more exaggerated than the rumors. Not to mention anything else, just the unicorn trick from the sky, not to mention that the manpower is a little overwhelming. The fourth generation of Raking even suspects that if this thing falls in Yunrin village, at least a quarter of Yunrin village will be destroyed." Chapter 195, Conceited. Advertisement. "I thought that the rumors were just exaggerations, but I didn't expect that the actual strength of the person in front of him seemed to be even more exaggerated than the rumors. Not to mention anything else, just the unicorn trick from the sky, not to mention that the manpower is a little overwhelming. The fourth generation of Raking even suspects that if this thing falls in Yunrin village, at least a quarter of Yunrin village will be destroyed." But at this moment, above that high altitude, Qin Yu's indifferent voice came again at this time. "Aren't the ninjas of Yunnan village advocating power? Don't the ninjas of Yunnan village always think that whoever has the bigger fist makes sense? Then today, let me tell you who has the bigger fist." Damn it. Hearing this, who is a fourth generation Hokage, gritted his teeth at Qin Yu in the air and shouted. At this moment, he clasped his two iron fists tightly, and even because of excessive force, his joints made a crackling sound. At this moment, a fourth generation Hokage, suddenly felt that he was wrong, that he was really wrong, and that he was wrong. We must know that from the era of his father's 3 generations of Hokage, the ninjas of Yunrin village began to embark on the road of advocating power, and they have gone deeper and deeper on this road. Of course, thanks to walking on this road, Yunren's ninja strength has risen all the way. Once upon a time, who was a 4th generation Hokage, once thought that he was already very good, and his Yunrin village was also very good. Even with Konoha, who is known as the one ninja village in the ninja world, he thought he was able to wrestle with them. The initial Kushina hijacking incident, the Hinata hijacking incident, and the subsequent bite were almost all testing Konoha's bottom line and strength. In the face of his temptations, Konoha swallowed his breath again and again, pulling the bottom line down again and again. Because of this, the 4th generation Hokage and the entire Yunren became more and more swollen, and gradually became conceited. At that time, they even believed that Yunren village had replaced Konoha and became the largest ninja village in the world. But now that Qin Yu, the Konoha ninja, turned out, directly shattering all his illusions. They couldn't handle the person in front of them, let alone Konoha. Roar. At this moment, Qin Yu, who was above the sky, waved his hand again, and the thunder and lightning unicorn standing above the sky immediately made a dance, followed by a wild roar at Yunren below. The deafening roar and the extremely powerful coercion hit the heart of every Yunin N******* are below. At this time, it would be okay if they could give them a good time. This feeling of waiting for death is really too tormented. Therefore, at this moment, they already hated Qin Yu terribly. A very strong sense of fear gradually rose from the heart of each Yunren. Snapped. I didn't know who it was, and tremblingly took a step back. Immediately afterwards, it actually caused the so-called chain reaction directly. Flee. In an instant, the original group of Yunin N********* R ninjas were screaming frantically at this moment, and then they ran away desperately. Under Qin Yu's Thunder Dance Unicorn Ninjutsu, and under such a God Thunder Heavenly Might, what fierceness is not afraid of death, and what Yun Ren's pride has been left behind at this moment. Now they just want to desperately run out of the Shroud of the Thunder and Lightning Beast. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Then, he survived well. Advertisement. Not good. As the fourth generation Raikage saw this scene, I knew in an instant that she was going to suffer, and her brows jumped wildly. Qin Yu's ninjutsu, as long as you look at it, you can know that its power is extremely powerful, and its speed is extremely fast. The most important thing is that the scope of this ninjutsu is still extremely wide. Running away like these people is absolutely impossible to escape, and it will only cause more deaths and injuries. Thinking of this, the fourth generation of Raikage immediately yelled at the N******** R ninjas of Yun Ren, "I'll come back. Don't mess." However, facing the shouts of the four generations of Lei Ying, he had always been quite prestigious in the hearts of many Yun Ren, but for the first time in so many years, he discovered that his words didn't work. Although the ninja subordinates of Yun Ren slowed down, they still did not stop completely. Damn it. Seeing this, the fourth generation of Raikage took a sip. If the eyes can kill people, I must be afraid that Qin Yu has already died hundreds of times at this time. The fourth generation of Lei Ying also knew that it was not the time to think about it, so he hurriedly recovered. I saw him suddenly thunder and lightning, and immediately shouted, "Stop for the old man. If you run down, everyone will die together. Only by defending together can there be a ray of life." The words of the fourth generation of Raikage finally worked, and most of the N******* R ninjas stopped one after another, and immediately began to seal. However, the state of each of them is obviously a bit bad. The hands that are usually stable and abnormal, at this time, Qin is directly trembling. Seeing them, Qin Yu wanted to laugh. Just like their defense, it seems like a joke no matter what. One thing that has been recognized in the ninja world over the years is that the ninjas in Yunren village are characterized by being extremely brave and aggressive. When fighting, Yunren's ninjas don't care about their strength, but almost all of them are on an absolute offensive. As a result, they rarely appear when they are forced to defend. This scene has never happened before. That was dozens of ninjas in Yunnan village, and they were defending against an ninjutsu situation at the same time. These N******* R ninjas in Yunnan village are indeed in an embarrassing situation now. The first thing to say is that this situation has really happened before, but it has never been trained. Because their Yunren village's forbearance is not afraid of death, just charge forward. Because of the inheritance of this kind of forbearance, they never defended it. Secondly, the ninjas of Yunnan village don't like bells and whistles like Konoha ninjas, directly because of the endless emergence of various escape techniques. The vast majority of Yunnan village ninjas, they are good at Lei Dun, a single Lei Dun, or everything related to Lei Dun. Although Lei Dun is super aggressive, his defensive type of ninjutsu is almost non-existent. Although the ninjas of Wuyin and Iwayan are also singular, they are good at water escape and earth escape. It can be said that they have achieved both offense and defense. If people want to defend, either a group of misty ninjas will use water to form a wall together, or a group of rocky ninjas will use a mud wall, and the effect is good. These Yunren ninjas are miserable, they can only fight each other with trembling. Chapter 196. Hiranochi, Yao-Ide. Advertisement. And Qin Yu's guess was not wrong at all, these Yunren's defenses were simply a joke. All of a sudden, various ninjutsu lights flashed randomly on the battlefield. What kind of bells and whistles, one by one, and all ninjutsu. In addition, because Yun Ren had a large number of ninjas, they were very close to each other, and there were even a lot of accidental injuries. Before Qin Yu's thunder and lightning Qilin ninjutsu took action, Yun Ren's wailing sound was already coming from the ground. Looking at this scene, Qin Yu was also unable to complain. That's it, that's Yun Ren's ninja. If this is left in Konoha, even if you casually find a few ninjas from a small family and let them put up a defense, it will not be possible to arrange it like this, right? At this time, the N****** R ninjas of Yunren all greeted Qin Yu directly 10,000 times in their hearts. The four generations of Raikage looked at the chaotic subordinates around him, his face darkened even more. At this moment, he suddenly felt a little grateful to Qin Yu. Because it was Qin Yu's unicorn ninjutsu trick that allowed him to discover a huge weakness of his ninja in the battle. That is, cooperating with defense, which is simply terrible. As Raikage, he sees far more thoroughly than others. Although it was right to cultivate Yunin's ninja's spirit of fearlessness and fear of death, it also greatly improved Yunin's combat effectiveness. But he also knew very well that Yun Ren's ninja could not always be the offensive side. It seems that after I go back, I must strengthen the training of defense ninjutsu. Boom. At this time, there was another loud noise in the sky. This loud noise directly shocked the fourth generation of Raikage, and then completely interrupted his vision for the future, allowing him to return to reality. The fourth generation of Lei Ying looked at Qin Yu and the thunder and lightning unicorn above him, and almost slapped herself after recovering. When is this? And after thinking about it, it's soaring into the sky, this unicorn, do you have to talk about it in the future? After regaining his senses, he hurriedly placed a lightning barrier over his head, and used this lightning barrier as a defense. However, he is no better than others. The lightning barrier he put down was also crooked. Reikage Yime is good at ninjutsu, and the Thor armor around him is not only an attack weapon, but also a strong defensive power. More importantly, the speed of Thunder Attribute Chakra activation cell is also extremely fast. The vast majority of attacks do not even need to be directly bypassed for defense. A small part of it can't be avoided, and it can also be prevented with Thor's armor. In addition, there is almost no defense. At this moment, the thunder and lightning on Qin Yu's hand suddenly shined generously. Boom. The thunder and lightning unicorn in the air seemed to have taken a big tonic at this time, and its figure swelled again in an instant. Coming. All the Yunnan ninjas, at this time, these words appeared in their hearts at the same time. The threat of death once again shrouded the hearts of every cloud ninja and ****** ninja. At the next moment, Qin Yu slammed down his big hand directly. Try this. Thunder Kirin. Roar. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. As Qin Yu's palm waved and fell, the thunder and lightning Qilin among the thunderclouds suddenly protruded his head from the clouds. Advertisement. After seeing a crazy beast roar from the thunder and lightning unicorn, it turned into a group of heaven-shattering thunder in a blink of an eye. The speed of this group of shocking gods is extremely fast. Towards the cloud ninjas below, it quickly dived down. The lightning unicorn formed by natural thunder and lightning, his speed is completely unimaginable. With so many people present, no one except Qin Yu's spellcaster can see exactly how it came. Wow. Suddenly, a strange howling sounded. After the dust from the sky caused by the thunder and lightning Qilin was gone, everyone was shocked to find that at this time, on their heads, several huge octopus whiskers were constantly emitting black smoke. And with the emergence of this black smoke, a very strong smell of grilled meat is constantly radiating everywhere. This is Eight Tails, Eight-Tailed Beasts. This is Lord Kurabi is here. It's Master Bai. Master Bai saved us. Thank God. Thank Master Bai. Thanks to Yao. Thanks to Bai-sama, we are saved. Long live Bai adults. Long live Bai adults. Insert explanation. I thought that Uchiha Itachi could turn on Susanoo at the moment when the unicorn fell, so Yao could also deploy defenses in an instant. This should be fine. At this moment, a group of Yunnan N********* R ninjas were sitting on the ground in a panic. On their bodies, they are all tattered at this time, but their faces are full of ecstasy at this time. Originally, they thought that with the defense they laid out, they would be able to keep them from dying. But when the unicorn really landed, they realized that they were too whimsical. In front of Raiden Qilin, their so-called defense turned out to be like paper. Fortunately, at a critical moment, Rabbi Riki, the eight-tailed man who had disappeared before, suddenly arrived. Looking at his elder brother, who is Yunren Leiying, Kurabi asked eagerly, "Big brother, how are you?" Bagaya wrote, "Quialu. It hurts." And more than that, the large tentacles of the eight-tailed bull ghost that used to resist the thunder and lightning unicorns also turned into grilled fish on the spot at that time. But even with the power of the eight-tailed bull ghost, it is still impossible to completely defend the thunder and lightning unicorn. But even at this time, he still did not give up his rap career. This shows how powerful this Thunder Qilin is. After that, Kurabi also used the power of the eight-tailed bull ghost to help them block this move. When the fourth generation of Lei Ying heard this, he directly patted the dust on his body with a gloomy expression. Immediately afterwards, Kurabi came to the fourth generation of Reikage with an instantaneous spell. Can't die. The strange wailing sound before was made by the eight-tailed bull ghost. The eight-tailed ox ghost and Kurabi are one body, so when the eight-tailed ox ghost turned into a grilled octopus, Kurabi naturally grinned in pain. At this moment, after Kurabi murmured a few words, he put away Yao's tentacles. Oh. This human column power can be said to be the perfect human column power in the ninja world, able to perfectly control the existence of Yao. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. So those N******* R ninjas in Yunnan village still suffered unclear injuries at this moment. Looking at the person in front of him and feeling the powerful chakra in his body, Qin Yu immediately knew his identity. This person is the Renjuli of Yunnan village, the eight-tailed rabbi. Chapter 197. Together. Advertisement. Immediately, the fourth generation of Reikage snarled at Kurabi, "Baga. You still know how to come back. Where did you go to fool me again? I'll take care of you again. This time I will never spare you anymore." Although the four generations of Reikage loved Kirby very much, but when he really saw him, the whole popularity would not hit him all at once. Especially the way he himself is now, he is extremely embarrassed. Even with the support of the eight-tailed tentacles, coupled with the defense of his own Thor's armor, he was made ashamed by the unicorn, and there were many scars on his body. However, compared to other Yunnan village ninjas, he is finally much better than them. Those ordinary Yunnan village ninjas were almost all seriously injured, and they couldn't get up while lying on the ground. There are also a few more hapless guys, who died directly under the thunder and lightning unicorn just now. Seeing that his elder brother was angry, Kurabi was so scared that he shrank his neck for a moment, and he didn't dare to refute. In addition to being optimistic and friendly, he is actually a fearless master. However, This guy who is not afraid of anything, only fears his own big brother. The fourth generation of Hokage did not continue to teach his younger brother Kurabi, but kept his eyes fixed on the opposite Qin Yu. Bye. You came just right. Come with me and take down this Konoha kid for me. After Qin Yu released the thunder and lightning unicorn, he slowly returned to the ground. Looking at Qin Yu who was also looking at him, Kurabi squinted his eyes and asked his brother Hokage for the fourth generation, is he the same Qin Yu from Konoha? The fourth generation of Lei Ying nodded and said with certainty, that's right. Seeing his brother made a sure turn around, Kurabin murmured, I really didn't expect him to be able to use such a terrible technique at such a young age. It's really terrifying afterlife. And so, it seems that after hearing what Kurabi said, a flash of murderous intent flashed in the eyes of the fourth generation of Hokage, and then Kurabi said coldly, this kind of person, absolutely can't let him live. Otherwise, I will endure it in the future. There will never be a day to rise. Got it. Hearing this, Kurabi nodded in agreement. In fact, he doesn't like fighting and killing in his heart, and he has no interest in fighting for hegemony. But he knew that his eldest brother had always made the revitalization of Yunrin his life goal. So for his eldest brother, he is also willing to dedicate his strength. The fourth generation of Hokage grinned, and solemnly said, bye. Speaking of it, our brothers have not fought side by side for a long time. Bagaya Road. Cool Gyalu. That's it. Although Kurabi is still funny, there is some nostalgia in his eyes. You must know that the two of them were brothers personally selected by the three generations of Raking that year, and later formed a new generation of combination that made the enemy fearful. They also became famous in the world of ninja for their combined ninja skills with the extreme thunder plowing hot knife. Therefore, they were also a trump card of Yunrin village at the time. However, since the battle with Bofeng Shuaman, I has succeeded Hokage, and after that, the two brothers have hardly fought side by side. After all, the strength of both of them is very strong, almost both of them are the peak strength of the shadow level, and even touch the level of the super shadow layer faintly. So, for ordinary enemies, they don't need to take action at all. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Even if they need to take action, it can be dealt with by a single person, and few opponents need to deal with it together. Advertisement. However, now facing the tough Konoha Qin Yu, Lei Ying couldn't care less about his face, and directly invited Kurabi to confront the enemy with him. The fourth generation of Hokage narrowed his eyes, and said in a deep voice to Kurabi, bye. This kid is very difficult to deal with, so don't be careless, just use that trick if you find an opportunity. She. Received. Hearing this, Kurabi immediately understood it and nodded heavily. Although it has been a long time since I cooperated in combat, brothers are brothers, and the understanding between the two is still very good. Yo. Although it's a bit bad to bully the small, but this uncle can't help it. Kurabi continued to dance with his hands, and directly rapped at Qin Yu in an extremely embarrassing way. Upon hearing this, Qin Yu's mouth twitched immediately. To be honest, Qin Yu doesn't hate Kurabi at all, but I have to say that the rap level of this guy is really a bit embarrassing. This will be placed on the blue star in his previous life, I'm afraid it will make people directly spray to death. After the embarrassment, Qin Yu shrugged directly at the two people in front of him, and then smiled playfully, and at the same time hooked his fingers at Rai Ying and Kurabi very cheaply. The fourth generation of Raking Ihe, who is Yunrin village, has been provoked by this kind of provocation. It is directly that the whole person is furious on the spot, and shouted, compared. Go. However, the roar of the fourth generation of Lei Ying had not yet fallen, his body had already turned into a flash of lightning, and he rushed directly towards Qin Yu. Seeing this, Kurabi didn't dare to neglect at all. He followed his elder brother and immediately drew a long knife from behind and rushed directly towards Qin Yu. The speed of the two brothers was extremely fast, and their bodies changed crazily in the process of rushing towards Qin Yu. In the end, the two jumped high towards Qin Yu, one left and the other right. One of the two uses a steel brace, while the other uses a long knife, and the two rushed towards Qin Yu almost at the same time. The two have to say that they are brothers, and the cooperation between them is extremely tacit. At this time when there was no room for it, the Thunder God's sword that was mailed to Qin Yu's waist suddenly came out of its sheath. Call out. At the moment the Thor's sword was unsheathed, the long sword's sword was directly wrapped with a layer of strong wind chakra. Boom. Thunderstorm. Qin Yu took this sharp sword of wind just like that, and his whole body firmly held up two attacks. The violent attacks of two Yunrin brawny men were actually held firmly by a Konoha kid with one hand. What kind of brute force is this? Terrible. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. What Qin Yu adopted was attribute restraint, Feng Klai. Thunderstorm punch. Qin Yu didn't feel the slightest panic when he saw this, instead he hooked his mouth in a funny way. Master Raing and Master Kurabi are both powerful people. Even if they search for me, Yunren will find it difficult to find a third person. Now, this kid can actually fight against the second. I saw two extremely sharp thunder escape attacks from the hands of the four generations of Hokage and Kurabi, and then they fell from different directions, almost at the same time. Such a weird picture made the other N****** R ninjas who fell to the ground with serious injuries directly watched. Damn, this Konoha kid is terrible. Chapter 198. Niu Lei Plow Hot Knife. Advertisement. With the fourth generation of Reikage and Karabi looked at each other in midair, then shouted at the same time, and then burst into force. In the fourth generation of Reikage, the Thor's armor has become more and more violent, and the feint has already moved to the third stage. And outside of Karabi's body, red chakras began to flow continuously. This is too abnormal. With one enemy and two, I actually forced Master Karabi to use Yao's power so quickly. This is a pervert, it's a bit too perverted too. But if this guy doesn't change his mind, how can he make such a messy moves just now? However, his perversion should almost end here. Huh, that's it. Yao made a 2-to-1 shot again. The outcome is determined. Exactly. How could the little Konoha ninja be the opponent of our mighty Yun ninja? Yun Ren, who was already a little desperate, seemed to see new hope because of Karabi's sudden appearance. But the fact is indeed the case. The four generations of Reikage and Karabi suddenly exerted their strength, and Qin Yu also struggled to parry in an instant. Although struggling, Qin Yu still didn't panic at all. At this moment, Qin Yu gave a light drink. 8-door Dunjia, open it for me. In a moment, Qin Yu's breath rose rapidly in Yun Ren's dull eyes. Boom, 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 boom. Almost in that instant, Qin Yu had already opened the first 5 doors of 8 Dunjia. The extremely powerful chakra erupted, and infinite power surged out of his body. In an instant, Qin Yu's whole person became relaxed again. Even under the powerful blessing of Baman Dunjia, he has a faint tendency to counterpress the two. Nani? What kind of ninjutsu did this kid use? How could he suddenly become so much stronger? Damn it, what kind of ninjutsu is this? How many whole cards does this Konoha kid have yet to use? It's terrible to step on horseback. When Yun Ren's N******** our ninjas saw their 2 adults were suppressed again, everyone was immediately shocked. However, apart from them, the most obvious feelings, and the most shocking in my heart, are the 4 generations of Reikage and Karabi who have just gotten up with Qin Yu. You must know that these 2 people went off the court personally to compete with Qin Yu for their strength, so they had the most profound experience of it. The power that erupted in Qin Yu's body just now was so powerful that it was palpitating even for I and Karabi, who were 4 generations of Reikage. 8 doors Dunjia art, is that the Konoha forbidden technique that is said to almost group the 7 people with the misty hidden blade. Why does this kid have so many methods? In the heart of the 4th generation of Reikage, he was shocked at this moment, and at the same time, his heart was once again on guard at this moment. Drink. Seeing that Qin Yu was about to suppress them, the 4 generations of Reikage and Karabi roared at the same time. Immediately, the 2 simultaneously used their free hand and blasted directly at Qin Yu again. Under the dual blessing of the powerful chakra and power, the 2 iron fists brought a powerful sound of breaking the wind. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. If an ordinary ninja takes this blow directly, I am afraid that he will be seriously injured if he is not dead. Advertisement. Seeing this, Qin Yu still didn't panic at all, but instead stretched his left hand straight behind him to the front with a sneer on his face. And in the palm of his palm, a azure blue chakra light pill is constantly rotating at this time, and it is constantly getting bigger as the pill rotates. This is. The pupils of the 4th generation of Reikage and Karabi shrank suddenly, looking at the blue light pill in Qin Yu's palm, and said in shock, I didn't see him Jain at all. Under such fierce power confrontation, this little devil can actually release ninjutsu without seal. What kind of chakra volume and chakra control is this? Seeing that the spiral pill in Qin Yu's hand became bigger and bigger, and feeling the powerful power contained in it, even the 4 generations of Reikage and Karabi browse fiercely. Can't resist. Quickly withdraw. With the roar of the 4th generation of Lei Ying, the 2 retreated quickly to both sides at the same time, one left and the other right. When the 2 of them gave up their strength confrontation in an instant, they also passed the powerful Daiyu Helix Maru. Moreover, the retreat route of the 4th generation of Reikage and Karabi was obviously premeditated. After the dust settled, the 2 actually sandwiched Qin Yu in the middle. Qin Yu, you are proud to be able to push our brothers to this level. The 4th generation of Lei Ying looked at Qin Yu, and shouted directly at him. But, you won't have another chance. The next move is when you are born and die. Oh roar. Ba ga ya road, kuje ya lu. A sure kill. At this moment, Karabi's face also showed excitement at this time, and immediately rapped again. Seeing Karabi's appearance, Qin Yu's brows trembled again in embarrassment, and he cursed in his heart, the poisoning of this girl is not shallow. But at this time Qin Yu probably understood that the solution that the 4 generations of Lei Ying said should be to use Yun Ren's unique trick that has been passed down from generation to generation. This unique trick is a must-kill synergy that Yun Ren has mastered in every generation of ab combination, absolutely Niu Lei Shu hot knife. Boom. In a moment of effort, the 4 generations of Reikage and Karabi burst into unprecedented chakras at the same time. At the same time, the 2 of them stretched out their right arm as hard as black iron, and then rushed towards Qin Yu from 2 opposite directions at a speed that exceeded the limit. Boom. The 4 generations of Reikage and Karabi directly roared at the same time. After that, Qin Yu threw the Thunder God's sword casually. The speed of Ju Niu Lei Plow hot knife is so fast, it can be said that it has even surpassed the speed of the 2nd stage of raking. This unprecedented move is absolutely unavoidable. Enlighten. Uchiha Qin Yu. Wow. Appeared. All Yunren's ninjas present at this moment already thought that Qin Yu was bound to die now. The Cloud Ninja N asterisk 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 R ninjas who were originally lying on the ground almost got up from the ground with excitement. However, no one noticed that it was indeed that the moment the fourth-generation brothers Hokage and Karabi launched the Qin Yu Shu hot knife, the space between the two suddenly twisted for an instant. Almost for an instant, the two men's arms slammed together. Because his goal is not humans, no one cares about his small actions at all. Qin Yu threw the Thunder God's sword in his hand directly to a corner. Appeared, the legendary ninjutsu. Absolutely awesome. Lei Shu's hot knife. Chapter 199, Hidden. Advertisement. Boom. The powerful thunder and explosion force burst out between the elbows of the two. You must know that in the past, the 4 generations of Hokage and Karabi were invincible on the battlefield of the Ninja World War by virtue of this trick. I don't know how many powerful opponents have died tragically under this terrific tactic. Moreover, the person who was hit by this move was more than a simple one. The death of the enemy who was hit head-on by this move was extremely miserable. His entire head will be directly displaced or even broken directly. In this case, there are no exceptions. Some people might say dodge this ninjutsu trick. Sorry, no one has ever done it until now. The speed of this ninjutsu has broken through the limit, reaching an unprecedented level, and it is impossible to pass it. So this time, all Yunrens N asterisk 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 R ninjas take it for granted that there is absolutely no possibility of a miss with this ninjutsu. But Qin Yu, who faced this unique trick, would undoubtedly die. However, as soon as the arms of the two touched, I and Karabi, who were the 4th generation Hokage of Yunren village, frowned at the same time. This kind of touch. Why is something wrong? The inside of the elbows of the 4 generations of Hokage and Karabi seemed to collide directly together at this time, which can be said to be completely unimpeded. The 4th generation of Lei Ying hurriedly looked at it, and between the two arms, there was no one at all. Nani. In an instant, the pupils of the 4th generation of Hokage and Karabi shrank suddenly, their faces full of disbelief. How can it be? How is this possible? How could this Nirvana technique be flashed? What about the kid? Where did you go? Why is it missing? What's the matter just now? What's the matter? How come it suddenly disappeared? All the N asterisk 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 R ninjas were also shocked at this time, and everyone immediately looked for it. Look there. He's over there. A Yunren N asterisk 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 R ninja suddenly flashed his inspiration, and suddenly looked in the direction where Qin Yu had thrown the Thunder God's sword before. And as she wished, he found Qin Yu's figure in that extremely hidden corner. I saw that the imperial robe on Qin Yu's body was still incomparably neat at this time, and the Thunder God's sword that had been thrown earlier had also been held in his hand again. Immediately afterwards, his figure flickered again, and then disappeared in place again. In the next moment, Qin Yu's figure appeared directly beside the 4 generations of Lei Ying'ai and Karabi. A sword full of wind attribute chakras was directly cut off. It turned out that just now, Qin Yu used the space coordinates on the Thunder God's sword to move away directly when he moved the space of the Thunder God for the first time. If Qin Yu left and then Shikong went back, it just happened to be a coincidence. You must know that Qin Yu used the technique of Flying Thunder God to dodge the 4th generation of Lei Ying. Because of this, he left the mark of Flying Thunder God at that time. As for the point of all this, whether it was accidental or intentional, it is completely unclear. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi, but if it is a coincidence, then this is indeed too coincidental. Advertisement. Therefore, it is very likely that it was intentional. This shows that Qin Yu's heart is still quite dirty. After all, the guys who play tactics have a dirty heart. Of course, leaving aside other things, Qin Yu's hand just now was really a chic display of the profound meaning of Flying Thunder God. The skill of Flying Thunder God this time was so relaxed and freehand in Qin Yu's hands. It is directly playing the two of Yun Ren's hands between the palms of their hands, so that Yun Ren's troubles will kill and fight together, and it will directly become a joke. Although Yun Ren's Nirvana skills passed down through the generations are indeed unique, their power is indeed very powerful. But it was a pity, but he met Qin Yu. Nani. Not good. At this moment, watching the sudden appearance of Qin Yu and this sudden killer move, the hearts of the 4 generations of Hokage and Karabi were shocked, and their pupils shrank suddenly at the same time. However, the two had just launched a Nirvana such as the hot knife, and now it can be said that it is too late to react. Call out. At the moment of the fight, the 8-tailed bull ghost inside Karabi suddenly shot. Several powerful octopus whiskers exploded out of Karabi's body quickly, and immediately wrapped the two of them in the middle. Qin Yu's very sharp sword was thus blocked by the octopus whiskers erupting from the 8-tailed bull ghost. Even so, the Thor's sword is already extremely sharp. In addition, this magic weapon was blessed by Qin Yu's powerful wind attribute chakra, and it became even more iron-cut. It was just a face, and it easily cut the octopus whiskers into several layers. There was even a sharp wind escape sword energy that passed directly through the octopus whiskers, leaving a deep bone scar on Karabi's left shoulder. However, this scar just came out, and as soon as Karabi's body had a red chakra pouring out, the wound was healed in a blink of an eye. Obviously, it was the 8-tailed bull ghost as a tailed beast, who was using his monster chakra to help me heal my wounds. This kid threw out the sword in his hand before we launched the hot knife. Brother, you mean? At this moment, the complexion on his face can be said to be unsightly, even his brows are frowning. What? Karabi roared wildly, and in an instant of effort, he completely exploded the 8-tailed chakra in his body. and many more. However, there were some losses once, and only one defeat. After a wind-scratched backflip, Qin Yu distanced the two sides again. While Qin Yu fluttered and then retreated, Kurabi asked his elder brother 4th generation Lei Ying'ai in a low voice. Big brother, how did this kid escape our nirvana just now? A large number of octopus whiskers suddenly attached a layer of blood-red chakras, and directly entangled Qin Yu. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. At the beginning, their AB combination was invincible in the battlefield of the Ninja World War, and the enemy was unstoppable. Moreover, it is still in the case of 2-on-1. Seeing this, Qin Yu directly used the Thunder God's sword to float and retreat by the powerful power of the octopus whiskers. The 4th generation of Hokage said in a deep voice. To be honest, the old man didn't see it too clearly. Suddenly, there was a flash of light in his mind, as if he had grasped a certain key point in an instant. Kurabi seemed to have thought of something when he heard what his elder brother said, and a shock flashed across his face at this moment. Then the figure disappeared instantly. This method reminded me of Chapter 200. Repulsion and Gravity. Advertisement. And the opponent who lost that time was Konoha's Golden Glitter, who later became the man of the 4th generation of Hokage, Bofeng Mizuman. The man used unpredictable time and space ninjutsu to turn their brothers around. The two carefully recalled the scene just now, how similar it was to that time in the past. It's just that Qin Yu in front of him seemed to be a bit less elegant than the Bo Feng Shui Gate of the year, but his spirit of killing was far better than that of the opponent. At this time, the 4th generation of Hokage's eyes narrowed slightly, and he shouted at Qin Yu, Uchiha Qin Yu, I really can't think of you at a young age. You have not only learned the 8 doors of Dunjia, but even the 4th generation of Hokage's Flying Thunder God. The technique can be mastered proficiently. What? What did Raikage-sama said just now? It turned out to be the art of Flying Thunder God. What is the art of Flying Thunder God? No, what is this Flying Thunder God technique? Nima, all talents, what do you guys know? Flying Thunder God's technique, you haven't even heard of this, it's the only time space ninjutsu in the ninja world. I know, it seems to be the legendary ninjutsu, Konoha 4 generations of Hokage wave Fengshouman will do it in person. That's right, it's the wave of wind and water gate. At that time, when the ninja world was fighting, he used the technique of Flying Thunder God to gallop the ninja world. Damn, this ninjutsu, Niu has become a big hit. Nonsense, just because this ninjutsu is so mysterious and unpredictable, you can hardly find his movement track. Every time he moves, he is traveling through time and space. The crowd of N******** are ninjas who were renunciated listened to Raikage's words, and all of a sudden there was a lot of talk about it. In fact, to be honest, the 4th generation of Raikage was not sure that Qin Yu was using the technique of Flying Thunder God. However, he did deliberately say this with certainty, in fact, in order to defraud the truth from Qin Yu's mouth. However, Qin Yu could say that he didn't care about his cautious thinking at all for the 4 generations of Raikage's tricks, and directly and generously admitted. What's more, Qin Yu took the opportunity to start a wave of ridicule. Haha, I heard that your 4 generations of Raikage-sama, apart from being known as the strongest Thunder Dune user in the ninja realm, are also known as the highest speed in the ninja realm, right? How? Now it seems, Raikage-sama, do you still think so? Qin Yu's so-called murder and condemnation really. But I have to say that what Qin Yu said was really heartbreaking. Indeed, compared to the space-time ninjutsu, no matter how fast other ninjutsu is, it is impossible to be faster than the space-time ninjutsu. However, just as Qin Yu thought, under Qin Yu's ridicule, I, who was the 4th generation of Raikage, was directly furious on the spot. The previous Qilin has proved that he is not the strongest Thunder Dun user. Now Qin Yu once again confessed his skill in Flying Thunder God himself again, proving once again that he was not the fastest in the ninja world either. The poor 4 generations of Raikage, in this day's time, lost 2 strongest names, one after another. The 4 generations of Raikage Ben's big face is not white, now it is even darker than the bottom of the pot. Ignorant Junior. Our 2 brothers really suffered a loss in the hands of Bofeng Shuiman back then. The 4 generations of Lei Ying stared at Qin Yu, and said in a deep voice, but, so many years have passed, let alone the death of Bo Feng Shui Men, even if he reincarnates, he will not be able to rival the combination of my brothers. Quote. Ha ha. In the face of the 4 generations of Raikage's wild words, Qin Yu just sneered at it. Immediately afterwards, Qin Yu shook the imperial robe behind him, and immediately said to him domineeringly, who told you that Konoha's 4th generation of Hokage is not as good as your 2 Yunrin barbarians. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi an ****** ninja of Yunren heard this, and immediately furiously said, Baga. I dare to call our Lord Raikage a barbarian. Advertisement. Although at this time he was shaken by Qilin and couldn't stand up at all, and their Raikage-sama was also embarrassed. But when he heard Qin Yu insulting Master Lei Ying so much, he was still very indignant. What's worthy of making noise in front of the young master? Seeing this, Qin Yu raised his eyebrows and said, could it be that I forgot my previous warning? At first, ninja from Yunren utterly ranted at him. At that time, he just used illusion to cut off the man's arm and issued a warning at the same time. Anyone who commits a crime again must take his life. Vientian Tianyan. At this time, Qin Yu could even say that he didn't even bother to look at the Yun Renlong suit, and he just probed with his right hand. A distance of tens of meters away, the Yun Renlong set only felt that a huge gravitational force that was irresistible was acting on him. Immediately afterwards, his body, which was originally sitting on the ground, could not restrain himself and flew directly towards Qin Yu. Moreover, the speed of this flight is extremely fast. Nani. Seeing this, the Yun Renlong set his face instantly turned pale with shock. But at this time the others are in the air, and there is nowhere to borrow. With his strength, it is even more unable to break away from the gravitational force of the Vientiane sky attraction. Not good. Seeing this, the fourth generation of Lei Ying'ai also frowned. Although his speed is very fast, there is nothing he can do. In response, he had to shout, "Better." I know. Kurabi finally put away his cynical attitude at this time, and shouted in a deep voice. Seeing Kurabi's mind condensed, an octopus tentacle stretched out of his body and wrapped the Yun Renlong set in midair. Call. Suddenly, the crowd of N******** are ninjas who were stubbornly relieved. Who would have thought that in the next moment, even Kurabi got off the ground in an instant? Because of the connection of the octopus whiskers, a strong gravitational force was transmitted to him. Nani. Kurabi felt the power in his body, and his face changed immediately, and he said in shock, "Is this the power of the legendary reincarnation I? It is really terrifying." However, after all, he was a strong shadow class, and he was not too panicked. He quickly extended several octopus tentacles. The tentacles were very flexible and swift, protruding out in midair, firmly binding several huge trees. That is to say, with this move, Kurabi finally barely offset the terrible repulsive force of Vientiane Tianyan. Ha ha. Qin Yu sneered slightly, looking at Kurabi's resistance, and said, "The person I want to kill, even if the gods come, they won't be able to keep them." Shen Luo Tianzheng. The thunder god's sword in his palm was lifted flat, aiming at the Yun Renlong set far away. Under the powerful repulsive force, the thunder god's sword shot out in an instant. In an instant, the thunder god's sword seemed to break through time and space, passing directly through the body of the Yun Renlong suit. In such an instant, Yun Renlong's set had changed from a living person to a dead person. Chapter 201. Tail Beast Jade Preparation. Advertisement. Uchiha Qin Yu, don't you put the old man in your eyes at all. You are provoking the old man, believe it or not that the old man killed you. Seeing his subordinates die tragically in front of him, I, who was the fourth generation of Hokage, was also furious. Even Kurabi, who has always been good-tempered, looked very ugly at this moment. Ha ha. Qin Yu just sneered at the anger of the fourth generation of Hokage. I think it's because you don't take the little master's warning in your eyes. Little master, I can speak first, he is looking for death, and he can't blame me. For those who ignore the little master's warning, this is the end. After speaking, Qin Yu glanced at the direction of the N******* ninjas in Yunren village. For an instant, the elites of Yunren village who were originally brave and not afraid of death, were frightened by Qin Yu's eyes, and their scalp numb, and their whole body was trembling uncontrollably. If it weren't for the aftermath of the thunder and lightning unicorn ninjutsu just now, they were seriously injured. At this time they would definitely have been scared and fled in embarrassment. Rubbish. For their performance, Qin Yu just smiled disdainfully, and he didn't bother to look at these tactics again. At this moment, I saw Qin Yu's big hand, the chakra in his hand echoed the remaining chakra time on the Thunder God's sword, and the Thunder God's sword was recalled by Qin Yu in an instant. Qin Yu also gave a sword flower directly to the dance, and it was chic and windy. You know, Qin Yu has always been stubbornly clingy in the area of being chic. It can be said that he is quite good at pretending to be handsome. Smelly kid, you really annoyed the old man. The fourth generation of Hokage's voice was full of irritability, and the Thor armor on his body became more and more violent at this moment. Seeing this, Qin Yu said with a sarcasm, "Hee, his defeated generals are brave enough to speak up." Ah, ba ga, ba ga. The fourth generation of Hokage was mad at this time, and a pair of iron fists hammered his chest frantically. Seeing this, Qin Yu shook his head in disdain, and said with a smile, "Only with you, the 4 generations of Hokage who matched our Konoha utterly talked about it, ha ha. Today, I will let you feel once again the mastery of the next 4 generations of Naruto." The 4th generation of Lei Ying'ai was really furious by Qin Yu at this time, but he had already discovered a very heart-wrenching thing. That was talking about lip service. He would never be the opponent of Qin Yu Uchiha in front of him in his entire life, and he simply stopped talking nonsense when he thought of this. But Kurabi and his eldest brother had a close mind, knowing that he was going to be serious next. Roar. I saw Kurabi, who was an 8-tailed man Zuli, was a roar that shook the sky. Then Yao's mighty power was mobilized, and the violent chakra burst out of Kurabi's body. In an instant of effort, the blood-red 8-tailed chakra formed a thick chakra coat around Kurabi. After that, Kurabi began to release the tail formed by chakras from behind. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. In the end, when the 8 tails showing the 8 tails all appeared, the 8 tails danced wildly. Advertisement. No, Lord Kurabi turned out to be a beast. In an instant, all the ninjas of Zongyunren who were present were so scared that their scalp numb. Immediately afterwards, one by one began to crawl into the distance desperately. Obviously, these Yunren are very experienced. They knew very well that after turning on the tail beastization, Karabi's fighting frenzy would once again escalate. At that time, the destructive power is even harder to say. But when that time comes, the so-called accidental injury is inevitable. In fact, the state of Chakra's coat like Karab's current status is not really a tail animalization, at best it is a half-tail animalization state. However, it is not comparable under normal conditions. The most important thing is that in this state, he can activate the ultimate method of human column power tail beast Jade. The fourth generation of Raikage whispered to his younger brother Karabi, this kid said that he would use the fourth generation of Naruto to deal with us. That time and space ninjutsu is difficult to deal with, but the weakness is actually very simple, that is. Must rely on the imprint. Now, I have found the location of the two imprints. Wait a minute, you directly attack his current position with the tail beast Jade, no matter which direction he moves, I will immediately rush to kill him in that direction. If this kid doesn't dodge and prepares to resist, then The fourth generation of Raikage did not finish speaking, but the meaning in the words was already very obvious. Obviously, he didn't believe that anyone could resist the tail beast Jade. Even if this person is the Qin Yu in front of him, such a perverted person. Very quickly, countless large and small chakra bubbles were formed on the lips. Chakra bubbles slowly merged, and finally converged into a huge purple-black sphere. And at this moment, when the ninjas of Yunren saw the successful cohesion of the tail beast Jade, they retreated and retreated, obviously knowing the power of this thing very well. However, Raikage has no fear, he thinks this is a surefire situation. Because, although the battlefield here is not very far from Yunren village, it is a coincidence that the direction Qin Yu is in is exactly the opposite of the direction of Yunren village. The 8 red tails were like an open screen, all gathered near the mouth. So it can be said that the current situation is completely a plot. At this time, Karabi also nodded, and shouted at his brother, the fourth generation of Raikage, Shi. I understand the big brother. At this moment, Karabi, who had entered the tail beastization, suddenly roared again, shaking the whole mountain a few times. After that, the 8 red chakra tails that were dragging behind him suddenly rolled back. This fourth generation Raikage, although it looks rough on the outside, but the central thought in his heart is also very delicate, and his combat IQ is also very high. You know how scary the tail beast Jade thing is, it's definitely not something that can be blocked by 1 or 2 walls of earth flow or water. At this time, Karabi's mouth was no longer in the form of a human, but in the form of a weird and evil tail beast. Even so, they are not worried that this will affect the village. He saw his mouth wide open, and the huge number of tailed beasts' chakra was continuously transmitted to the mouth through 8 tails. Moreover, although the voices of the two of them were very small, the insight of the shadow rank powerhouse was so powerful that Qin Yu could of course also hear them. Although it was a long distance apart, they could still clearly perceive the palpitating energy contained in the purple-black sphere. Chapter 202, Flying Thunder God Guide Thunder. Advertisement. It is precisely because of this that Yunren's 4th generation Raikage dared to safely and boldly let Karabi use the tail beast Jade, this big killer. At this time, Karabi, the 8 red fairy fox tails behind him were dancing wildly, and the tail beast Jade in front of him had already condensed at this time, and was preparing to gather momentum. It can be said that he is ready to launch at any time at this time. Seeing this, I of the 4th generation of Raikage also stretched out his sturdy left arm. In an instant, the chakra, the extremely violent thunder attribute, quickly gathered on it. And this is his unique trick, thunder abuse level dry dance. Roar. Seeing that his brother's 4th generation Raikage was also ready, Karabi suddenly roared again. The big mouth squirted violently, urging the tail beast Jade in front of him. I saw the purple-black orb containing the huge chakra, and at this moment, it flew to Qin Yu at a speed beyond imagination. You know how amazing the destructive power of that beast Jade is. I saw the tail beast Jade in the process of rushing, just a little aftermath, it has already plowed the ground into a deep gully. The crowd of R ninjas who had crawled far away also opened their eyes wide at this time. They were carefully observing the tail beast Jade, and they all wanted to know the result of this blow. In other words, at this moment, they all wanted to see that Qin Yu was wiped out by this blow. In addition to these dragon sets, even the 4th generation of Raikage's at this time did not dare to neglect. I saw his body tense, and the thunderous level Gandaiwu on his hand was ready to go. A pair of tiger eyes of the 4th generation of Lei Ying stared at Qin Yu, it can be said that he was afraid of missing a little detail of his actions. Having played against Bo Feng Shui men, he had a deep understanding of the art of flying thunder god. When fighting against someone who has mastered the art of thunder god, the most important thing besides speed is to maintain a high degree of concentration. It can be said that no detail should be missed. From the plan he discussed with Karabi, the current mission of the 4 generations of Raking is only one. That is, as long as Qin Yu dares to use Fei Lei Shen to dodge this tail beast Jade, he will immediately rush to the new landing point at the fastest speed. Then at that time, he directly made up for the lure. However, the 4th generation of Raikage's idea is very good, and the plan is also very delicate. However, he did a lot of calculations, but he didn't calculate that Qin Yu didn't even intend to dodge at this time. Seeing that the extremely powerful tail beast Jade was about to come, Qin Yu didn't panic at all. He was holding the Thor's sword in his left hand, while his right hand was calmly pointing to his chest, muttering words in his mouth. This kid, what is this doing? I don't understand, I don't know what he is doing. Does it give up resistance and dodge? Or are you ready to die? How do I feel that he is praying to heaven? Pray. What to pray for? What else can I pray for? Besides praying that the tail beast jade passes directly through his body, what else can I pray for? That said, apart from this, I don't think there is much. At this moment, the crowd of N******** R ninjas who were forbearing had been completely stunned by Qin Yu's operation. Today, after hiding in an absolutely safe position, they don't have to worry about their own safety at all. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. At this moment, these N******* R ninjas resumed their posture as the strongest melon-eating crowd. Advertisement. Moreover, with their strong trust in their own Karabi-sama tail beast jade, they didn't feel that Qin Yu had any room for resistance. Also caught in the daze was the fourth generation of Hokage, who was knowledgeable enough to still not understand what Qin Yu was going to do. However, he was in strong fear of Qin Yu and his own good fighting qualities. At this time, he still didn't dare to relax at all. It could be said that he kept his body tight all the time. He was afraid that Qin Yu would use time and space ninjutsu to dodge in the last moment, and he wanted to make sure that he could rush out in an instant. However, when 1.5 seconds passed, a scene that everyone could not understand appeared. I saw that in front of the tail beast jade that rushed forward, a large piece of weird and cumbersome rune suddenly appeared. As soon as this large rune appeared, it suddenly spread out in the blink of an eye. In the middle of the rune, there is a very strange vortex. The next moment, the extremely huge tail beast jade was swallowed by the whirlpool quickly. In the end, the tail beast jade disappeared completely. How is this possible? In an instant, all the N****** R ninjas of Yunren opened their mouths wide at the same time. Nani, even the 4 generations of Hokage and Karabi are all incredible at this time. Faced with such a weird technique, not only can it be said that it has never been seen, but it can also be said that it is almost unheard of. The next moment, Qin Yu smiled slightly in everyone's eyes. Immediately, Qin Yu closed the eyes of reincarnation directly, and then opened his eyes again. Immediately afterwards, in the shocking eyes of everyone, Qin Yu raised his Thunder God sword flatly, and then placed it extremely solemnly between his hands. The direction in which the Thunder God's sword was erected was aimed at Yunren village in the distance. What is this kid doing? Ghost knows. This kid is a pervert, and there is evil everywhere. Yes, and I don't know why, I suddenly feel a little flustered. I also feel a little flustered suddenly, there won't be anything I dare not to happen. Impossible, after all, Lord Hokage and Lord Karabi are there. Also, the Yun Ninlong suits in the distance were a bit unclear about the reason, but they didn't even dare to look down upon Qin Yu anymore when things had progressed to the present. You know, this stinky little devil in front of you, from the moment I saw it to the present, has been terrifying everywhere. As the leader of the 4th generation of Lei Ying'ai, although he didn't know what Qin Yu was going to do, an extremely unclear premonition suddenly rose in his heart. He didn't dare to hesitate anymore, and directly shouted at Qin Yu, "Qin Yu! Stop it for the old man! Hehe, Xiao Yi wants me to stop after the bombing, it's too late." Qin Yu sneered directly, and said coldly, "Let you have Yunren village taste the taste of your own tail beast jade." His white eyes suddenly activated to the maximum power, pierced through all obstacles, and gave a panoramic view of Yunren village. In almost an instant, he found the unusually eye-catching landmark building. In the next moment, Qin Yu's Flying Thunder God Guide Thunder was launched. The tail beast jade that had been absorbed by Rune Yin before came to Yunren village without the slightest sign. Moreover, it happened to land on an extremely important building. Chapter 203, How to Deal with It. Advertisement. Boom. After 0 and 1 second, a shocking explosion came from the direction of Yunren village. The battlefield here is still a few kilometers away from Yunren village, and the earth is still shaking. From such a long distance, you can clearly see the flames rising into the sky, and a mushroom cloud slowly rising. The next moment, wailing and roaring continued. Under such a terrible attack, everyone in Yunren village, from high-level ninjas to ordinary people, was terrified. Although panicked, no one knew what was going on. It can be said that you don't need to look closely at all, you can imagine just by imagination, how severe the loss this tail-struck beast jade has caused to Yunren village. At this time, in Yunren village, the smoke and dust brought by the tail beast jade slowly dispersed. The Hokage office, the iconic building in Nyenren village, has become a ruin at this moment. It can even be said that this place at this time has formed a huge pit. Gosh, how so? What exactly is going on? God damn it. Who on earth is it? What should I do now? Hokage's office is ruined. Don't let me know who did it. If you let me know who did it, you will definitely cut him into pieces. If this kind of person is caught, he will be broken into pieces. The Hokage office is gone. The countless Yunnan ninjas and people in Yunren village were shocked first, and then they were full of grief and indignation. You must know that the Laying office in Yunren village is a landmark building in Yunren village. This iconic building has been standing in the village of Yunnan for decades, and it can be said to be the holy place in the hearts of countless Yunnan ninjas. Now, just such a holy place was hit by a sudden attack, and it was directly blasted to pieces. This scene caused countless Yunrin village Yunrin and the people to feel sad and angry in everyone's heart. And outside the village of Yunrin village, the face of the fourth generation of Raikage at this time also changed drastically. My office. My office. A asterisk whole thing. You a asterisk whole. Qin Yu. I will never end with you. After all, I is a fourth generation Raikage, and there are complicated affairs in Yunrin village. Although the ontology went out of the village to look for his younger brother Kurabi, in Raikage's office, there was still a shadow avatar who was reviewing documents. The tail beast Jade just now was in his office. And his shadow clone was annihilated by the power of the tail beast Jade at that moment. Therefore, even though he was too far away to see, his body also received the news from the shadow clone in an instant. Hearing this, Kurabi was also shocked, and said in shock, "What? The office was bombed. Brother, you mean Yun Ren's Lei Ying office?" Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. As soon as he finished speaking, Kurabi felt a little silly. Advertisement. In Yunrinkyun, apart from Raikage's office, any office problems would make his elder brother so angry. I saw him shrinking his neck a little funny, so scared that the tail beast's coat outside his body disappeared. Big brother. Kurabi has been a mischievous character since he was a child, and I don't know how many times he has been hammered by Raikage. But he really hadn't done anything as exaggerated as the bombing of Raikage's office. At this time, he was also directly scared to say no more. Facts have proved that I, who can become the fourth generation of Raikage, his brain is absolutely normal and can be said to be smart. Bye, you are not to blame. I saw the fourth generation of Lei Ying. I directly waved his hand at Kurabi, and then shouted at Qin Yu in front of him angrily, "It's all the ghost of this kid." Ha ha. Qin Yu sneered when he heard the words, and said to the fourth generation of Raikage with disdain, "How? Lord Raikage, how effective is this blow? Will it leave you with a lesson you will never forget? Just by you, is the fourth generation of Hokage who mocked Konoha." Ha ha. In the face of Qin Yu, who had admitted so bluntly, the four generations of Lei Ying were furiously furious. After being slapped in such a frenzied face by Qin Yu, the fourth generation of Lei Ying directly yelled at Qin Yu in anger, "Ba ga. Ba ga." On the side, seeing that his elder brother didn't blame himself, Kurabi also felt relieved. Looking at Qin Yu, he was very puzzled about what happened just now, and he muttered in doubt, "But, what happened just now? What is that strange rune?" Suddenly, Yao inside Kurabi's body suddenly spoke. I saw the eight-tailed bull ghost in Kurabi's body, directly facing Kurabi, and said in a deep voice, "Bye. I clearly perceived a trace of spatial fluctuation just now. That technique should be some kind of time and space ninjutsu. The tail beast Jade that knocked you out passed through the time and space barrier and moved directly to Yunrin village. Space-time ninjutsu. Is there such a terrifying power?" Kurabi heard the eight-tailed bull ghost's explanation, and the brow on his forehead suddenly frowned, and his face became even more at a loss. If you can divert the opponent's attack away, isn't this person completely invincible? You know, even the fourth generation of Hokage wave feng shui gate back then, I am afraid it is not so powerful. After thinking about this, Yao said in a deep voice to Kurabi again, "Invincible, this is not enough. You know, time and space ninjutsu is extremely expensive chakra, and if you want to transfer the tail beast Jade level of attack, the chakra needed is huge. Therefore, this kid is absolutely impossible to transfer all the time. Even though it says so." Kurabi said halfway, and he spread out his hands helplessly, and continued to say to the eight-tailed bull ghost in his body, "But you can't bet on this thing, and I can't go to chakra with him. The Raikage office was blown up only once. If this is transferred several times, the village must be blown up." It makes sense. For Kurabi's concerns, the eight-tailed bull ghost also pondered for a while, and then agreed. After that, he seemed to have thought of another way, and then said to Kurabi again, "Then use an untransferable attack to deal with him." Untransferable attack. As the human pillar of the eight-tailed bull ghost, Kurabi and the eight-tailed bull ghost can now be said to be connected with each other. When the eight-tailed bull ghost mentioned it, he quickly reflected it. I saw Kurabi suddenly smiled and said, "It seems that I can only use that one. Hey, it just so happens that the uncle hasn't come out for a long time." The eight-tailed bull ghost at this time, his voice was full of excitement. Chapter 204, One's Fear. Advertisement. It's not wrong to know that Kurabi is a perfect-tailed orc, and Kurabi has a very good relationship with the eight-tailed bull ghost. However, tail beasts are naturally active. Having been stuck in Kurabi's body and couldn't come out, Yao actually wanted to come out to be refreshed. Oh roar. 8 Gaia Road. Cool guy Yalu. In fact, at this time, Kurabi was also happy for his old buddy from the bottom of his heart. Wow. Then, accompanied by a wild roar. On Kurabi's body, at this time, a blood-red tail beast chakra was once again covered. Moreover, this change is far from over. Only a few seconds later, the original huge eight-tailed bull ghost's body was directly revealed in an instant. Hiss. Yao. That is the body of Yao. Master Kurabi. He is completely beastly-tailed. Completely beastly than the Lord. This kid will definitely not be the rival of the Lord. I have never seen that after becoming a beast with a big tail, I will lose to others. Seeing this scene, the Yunin N *******RS who were sitting on the ground all took a breath of air conditioning at this time. Regardless of the time, the pressure that the tail beast brings to ordinary ninjas is unparalleled. In addition, the size of the eight-tailed bull ghost is so huge, it can even be said that even the ninjas of Yunnan village have seen it dozens of miles away. In an instant, hundreds of Yunnan's upper ninjas immediately heard the wind and sent out. They formed a formation very quickly, coming from Yunnan village continuously. Roar. Yao, who hadn't been out for a long time, roared as soon as he appeared. With just a roar, the surrounding earth shook a bit. The powerful sound waves directly caused ripples, as if even the space was a little distorted. It can be seen from this that the power of the eight-tailed bull ghost as a tailed beast can be seen. At this time, Kurabi did not hesitate anymore. Directly controlling the eight-tailed octopus whiskers, directly attacked Qin Yu violently. Such a simple and rude, physical attack, is an attack that cannot be transferred. No matter how magical space ninjutsu is, it is impossible to transfer such an attack away. The fourth generation of Hokage folded his arms and watched his brother's performance quietly. I saw him looking at Qin Yu, and then smiled coldly, HMPH. Qin Yu, the old man wants to see what else you can do. I don't know, facing the mighty and mighty Bataille, Qin Yu just sneered slightly, haha. Bataille, it's just a bigger beast. When the bull ghost heard this, he immediately went crazy. I saw him shout directly again, roar. Seeing this, Qin Yu was also indifferent, just with an indifferent expression on his face. Be honest. The next moment, a powerful chakra injected into his eyes. Qin Yu's eyes, which had returned to normal, suddenly turned scarlet, and the three black guyu were evenly distributed in the pupils. Nani, FK, I forgot that he still has a writing wheel. The fourth generation of Hokage recognized this extremely prestigious blood succession boundary in an instant. What about him? Wasn't it the reincarnation I just now? Why is it suddenly turned into a writing round I now? What's the matter? Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Is it an illusion? Advertisement. In less than 2 seconds, countless thoughts flashed through the 4 generations of Hokage's mind. Not only was I, who was a 4th generation Hokage, shocked, but even Kira was shocked. And the 8-tailed beast that appeared now was also shocked at this time. The huge-tailed beast's body shook a few strangely. Obviously, it is also quite jealous of the blood inheritance boundary of Shaolun Yan. Humph. You must know that the 4th generation of Hokage is a battle-tested generation after all, and soon recovered from the shock. Immediately, the 4th generation of Hokage directly yelled at Qin Yu violently. Qin Yu, do you think a pair of writing round eyes can help you turn over? You are too naive. Hee, isn't it? Qin Yu was not angry when he heard this. Instead, he hooked up the corner of his mouth and asked the 4th generation of Hokage, so, what about this? As Qin Yu's words just fell, the 3 guyu in his eyes quickly rotated. In the blink of an eye, the 3 guyu jade pieces are directly linked together, forming a pattern of a 4-cornered windmill in an instant. Below the big windmill at the 4 corners, there are 3 weird lines. And this is exactly the kaleidoscope writing round eyes. This is. Seeing the writing wheel eyes suddenly change in front of his own eyes, the pupils of the 4th generation Rang also shrank suddenly. If his reaction was already quite big, then Yao's reaction was much exaggerated at this time. As soon as Qin Yu's Wanhua abbreviation round eyes appeared, the huge body of the 8-tailed bull ghost began to tremble unconsciously. Even the octopus whiskers who had attacked Qin Yu awkwardly stopped in the air. It's not that the 8-tailed bull ghost is too courageous, it is that this eternal kaleidoscope impresses it too deeply. You should know that decades ago, Uchiha Madara, known as Kino Hashira, and Gansho Shizu, known as God of Ninth World, the two jointly caught the tail beast. The fighting power of the two is amazing. It has never been a false statement that the two of them will destroy the 4 kingdoms. It's just that there is no heart for hegemony between the pillars after all, and this has not unified the ninja world. Seeing the movements of the 8-tailed bull ghost, Qin Yu just raised his eyebrows with a sneer, and in a blink of an eye he directly activated the eternal kaleidoscope of pupil power. One uses a kaleidoscope to write round eyes to control the mind of the tail beast, and the other uses a wooden escape to grab it directly. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Under his constant comfort, the 8-tailed bull ghost finally managed to stabilize his emotions. Wow. The speed and efficiency of these 2-tail beasts can only be described simply and neatly. Yao raised up to the sky with a long roar, as if to cheer for himself, and then attacked Qin Yu again. In almost an instant, Yao's mind was eroded by the terrifying pupil power. Don't believe in evil yet. But for the tail catcher, Zhu Jian is still very concerned. The end result was that none of the 9 big-tailed beasts were spared, all of them were caught like pets. The 2 men standing at the top of the ninja world, bully the 9 big-tailed beasts, so smoothly. Even if others can have the same blood inheritance limit, they may not be able to exert the same combat effectiveness as him. Even 9 tails, the strongest among the 9 big-tailed beasts, were easily controlled by Uchiha Madara and Uchiha Kurabi, and the 8-tailed bull ghost had the same mind, and he had never seen Yao show such a look of fear. Therefore, after many years, Yao saw the same eyes as Uchiha Madara again, and it was conceivable how terrified it would be. The tail beast of the Megatron ninja world, in front of Kaleidoscope Writer's eye, is simply a joke. There is still a trace of luck in its heart. Uchiha Madara is an unborn legend. Chapter 205. Mu Dun appeared. Advertisement. However, Qin Yu's pupil power could not directly control Bawei like Madara, and Bawei could barely control his body. But even with Kurabi's help, Yao's originally frantic movements became a lot slower. Hehe, even if you can barely hold the control of the eternal kaleidoscope, but the young master has other means. After Qin Yu sneered, he took the Thunder God's sword back into the scabbard, and immediately his hand slammed 10 times. His chakra volume and chakra control are both standing at the top of the ninja world, mobilizing a massive amount of chakra almost instantaneously. Then, suddenly poured into the ground. Boom. In everyone's horrified eyes, the originally stable foothills trembled violently. The next moment, a huge crack appeared in the mountains, and a domineering wooden dragon slammed out of the crack. Mu done the technique of the wooden dragon. The wooden dragon that broke out of the ground is lifelike, and it contains a trace of real dragon power. The two long eyes were as bright as golden lamps, and even the lines on the dragon's body became clear at this moment, as if a real dragon was alive. What is this? Wooden dragon. I wipe. The many Yunranlong sets hiding in the distance were already scared and stunned on the spot at this moment. This is the legendary wooden ninjutsu. That Konoha's first Muden ninjutsu. At this moment, I, who is the fourth generation of Hokage, was also full of amazement. Looking at Qin Yu in front of him, he said in shock, reincarnation eyes. Kaleidoscope writes round eyes. Now even Mu done. What kind of monster is this kid? As Hokage, he knows all kinds of secrets in the ninja world. In Yunran's classics, Mu Dun's horror is described incisively and vividly. Although the fourth generation of Hokage's personality is a bit arrogant, it is definitely not stupid. He knew very well that in that era when capable people were born in large numbers, the blood inheritance limit was spread so amazingly, it must not be underestimated. As soon as the Mulong jumped out of the ground, he instantly locked the eight-tailed bull ghost. The two Longan eyes, which looked like golden lamps, suddenly burst out of boundless light. At this time, Mulong seemed to have seen the most delicious food. After that, Mulong didn't hesitate at all, and immediately rushed over with his teeth and claws. Roar. The bull ghost uttered a roar as soon as he saw the wooden dragon rushing out. With this roar, the eight-tailed bull ghost no longer had the excitement and wildness of the past, but was full of horror. No way. First the eternal kaleidoscope, and then the wooden escape. The impact of this wave after wave, even the heart of the tail beast was a bit unbearable. It was a feeling of being in harmony between Uchiha Madara and dry hands. The eternal kaleidoscope in front is good to say, after all, there is the existence of Kurabi's pillar power, so the eight-tailed bull ghost can barely be taken down. But what about Mu Dun? It doesn't matter who you are strong or not. As long as you trap you, it is a violent breath. This thing is really scary, it's really scary. Although it is said that no matter how terrible the blood succession limit in ninjutsu, it depends on the level of the user. Read more at hotmtl novel.zi. However, Yao clearly perceives the charm of the legendary man in the wooden dragon's wooden ninjutsu. Advertisement. In other words, Qin Yu's Muden attainments can be said to be extremely high. The wooden dragon in front of him is definitely not a silver-like wax gun head. Qin Yu, who was fully fired for the first time, was also quite excited at this moment. I saw that Qin Yu was fully controlling the Mulong at this time, directly flying towards the eight-tailed bull ghost. The horror of the eight-tailed bull ghost was also conveyed to Kurabi, and he desperately controlled the body of the tail beast to try to dodge or resist. However, due to the fear of Mu Dun's instinct, coupled with the interference of the eternal kaleidoscope writing round eyes. Under this double suppression, the cow ghost's movements became extremely slow. The Muden ninjutsu Mulong was extremely fast, rushing to the eight-tailed ox ghost almost instantly. Then, the raptors swung their tails, and almost immediately entangled the eight-tailed bull ghost. Immediately afterwards, the binding force gradually increased, and the binding was soon strong. Wow! The eight-tailed bull ghost directly wailed and resisted desperately. Dozens of octopus must dance frantically, trying to get rid of the shackles of the wooden dragon. However, the tail beast is a tail beast after all, and desperately, the wooden dragon really has traces of being torn loose. Seeing this, Qin Yu sneered directly, and then said disdainfully to the eight-tailed bull ghost, "Can you get rid of my hand?" I saw that his hand slightly changed a few seals, and a large amount of chakra was poured into the wooden dragon from the air. Supplemented by Qin Yu's chakra, the already mighty and domineering wooden dragon suddenly became even more mysterious. The shackles that were supposed to be stretched suddenly became tighter. Even, the giant dragon head of the wooden dragon shook abruptly, opening a big mouth of the blood basin, and biting the body of the eight-tailed bull ghost with one bite. Roar. The eight-tailed ox ghost was bitten by the wooden dragon, and suddenly wailed and became extremely crazy. Ha ha. At this moment, Qin Yu suddenly smiled. With his smile, Qin Yu's seal style changed again, and a dazzling glow suddenly burst out from the dragon's body of the wooden dragon. As the gloss appeared, the eight-tailed bull ghost instantly sensed that the tail beast chakra in his body began to flow quickly. Obviously, Qin Yu was using the wooden dragon of Muden ninjutsu to extract the chakra from him. This wood dragon technique is an extremely advanced wood escape technique, and the speed of extracting chakras is extremely fast. Regarding the current situation, Kurabi can be said to be at a loss, and as a last resort, he had to cry out for help to his brother, the fourth generation of Hokage, Big Brother. Help me. Listening to his brother's call for help, the fourth generation of Raking was also a little helpless. In fact, he wanted to rush to help as early as the moment Mulong appeared. But he has been thinking about whether he should rush to Qin Yu directly and solve the problem directly. Still speaking, the wooden dragon should be smashed to rescue Karabi first. In fact, he has always been a fierce and decisive person, and he has a very high fighting IQ. But this time, he really hesitated. Qin Yu really put too much pressure on him. The more critical the moment, the less he dared to act rashly. Because he was afraid that he would take a wrong step and he would really be overwhelmed by the time. With just such a moment of hesitation, the eight-tailed bull ghost was directly taken away from nearly a quarter of the chakra. Although the strength of the tail beast and the amount of chakras are not arranged according to the number of tails, the strength of the 8 tails is indeed the existence of the 9 big tail beasts second only to the 9 tails. A quarter of the 8-tailed chakras were drawn, and all the chakras that Qin Yu had consumed before were directly replenished. Chapter 206. Drain. Advertisement. Seeing that the aura of the 8-tailed bull ghost became more and more wilting, and the aura on Qin Yu's body became more and more violent. Now, the 4th generation of Hokage knew that he could no longer hesitate. Fight. The 4th generation of Hokage gritted his teeth fiercely, and the whole person was like a bolt of lightning, directly bursting out. In almost an instant, the 4th generation of Hokage rushed to the side of the 8-tailed bull ghost. Thunder abuse level dry dance. The whole person leapt high, and a super powerful thunder escape hand knife slammed into the dragon head of the wood dragon technique. Although Mu Dun is extremely strong, this blow of the 4th generation of Hokage is also a desperate blow that is extremely sublimated. Therefore, the leader was immediately beaten with sawdust. Immediately afterwards, Mu Long's body also became shaky, and there was a faint tendency to collapse. Wow! The 8-tailed bull ghost who had been aggrieved for a long time directly roared wildly, and then immediately seized the opportunity and resisted desperately. Finally, its many tentacles began to roll back against the wooden dragon's body, and finally completely destroyed the wooden dragon. However, after tossing for so long before breaking free, the key was to forcibly take away a lot of chakras, and the 8-tailed bull ghost fell directly to the ground with exhaustion. At this time, a large number of Yunren who came here from Yunren village finally arrived. At a glance, there are hundreds of people. The reason these people came was not just because Yunren was attacked by the tail beast Jade. And it was because they saw the 8-tailed beast from a long distance away, so they rushed to check the situation. As soon as the crowd of N******** R ninjas of Yunren landed, they saw their own Raikage-sama's face pale. As the invincible 8-tailed bull ghost in Yunren village, he was paralyzed by scars at this time. On the opposite side of the two, a young man in a black imperial robe looked towards this side with a smirk. Seeing such a weird scene, these new arrivals Yunren was completely stunned. What's the situation? Could it be that the mean kid on the opposite side is the enemy? Only one person. This is incredible. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. How could a kid be so capable? But, it seems that there is really no one else here, not even the corpse. Could it be that even Raikage-sama and Bai-sama can't deal with this kid? Impossible. It is absolutely impossible. Raikage-sama and Bai-sama are so powerful, they will definitely not lose to this kid. Maid, what do you think so much? Brothers, go together and hack him to death. Right. Rush up. Kill him. Revenge for Lord Raikage and Lord Bai. Come on. Revenge for Raikage-sama and Bai-sama. For the glory of Yunren, for the two adults. A group of newly arrived NG***s discussed for a long time without fully understanding what happened. Ever since, they, who are good at thinking about problems with their muscles, decided to rush directly. They are all newcomers and have never seen Qin Yu's horror, so they are ignorant and fearless. Seeing a swarm of newcomers rushing towards Qin Yu, the 4th generation of Raikage was shocked in an instant, and immediately shouted at these Yunren ninjas, "Stop it! Get back!" However, the 4th generation of Raikage is too late. Qin Yu, who had just collected a lot of chakras from Baowei, had no place to vent at this moment. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. However, it was so comfortable that it rushed over so many tricks. Advertisement. Even facing hundreds of people alone, Qin Yu was not in the slightest fear at this time, and even a little excited. A sharp glow flashed across his eyes, and his hands clapped suddenly. The extremely powerful chakra burst into the ground. Mu Dun, the tree world is born. The mountain that had just calmed down again shook violently, as if there was something terrifying about to break through the ground. Even this time, the magnitude of the shaking was much more terrifying than before. Immediately afterwards, a series of extremely thick trees sprang out from the ground quickly. Like a horned dragon dancing wildly in the air, with the most domineering posture, he rushed towards the clouds. The pupils of the 4th generation of Raikage shrank suddenly, feeling bad instinctively. However, these new Yunnan N****** R ninjas didn't understand Qin Yu's methods at all. They are not ashamed of the title of reckless man, and they didn't even shudder when they saw such an exaggerated scene. One by one, he drew out his long swords, and carried out the thunder dance ninjutsu, and even hardened the thick trunks of steel. What's wrong with this? A tree suddenly grew. What kind of shit? Where did it come from? Chop. Hack. Hack. Leave him alone, just hack. Brothers, don't be dragged by these tree trunks. Rush up. Kill him. Come on, Yunren is invincible. Even until this time, they still wanted to attack Qin Yu. You know, Mu Dun is the strongest blood inheritance boundary in the ninja world. Facing Mu Dun's ninjutsu, it can be said that without the quasi-shadow level strength, it is impossible to compete with Mu Dun. With these levels of Yun Ren's dragon set, to Qin Yu's Mu Dun, it can be said to be completely in vain. Originally yelling was very imposing, but as soon as he touched it, he immediately discovered something was wrong. On the field, there was a cry of ghosts and wolves soon. Qin Yu used almost all the chakras he had drawn from Bawei before. Is it really the legendary Mu Dun? I don't believe it. The fourth generation of Raikage wanted to rescue his subordinates, but unfortunately he was powerless. It's terrible. What on earth is this? This time the level of the birth of the tree world is too high, far from the remnant version, used when the first generation was reincarnated from the dirty soil. In just a few breaths, Mu Dun madly drew more than half of chakra. Damn, this is so weird. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. The chakra in the body quickly passed away, and his own strength was getting weaker and weaker, and the Yun Ren N ********** RS were completely panicked. The sharp long swords and violent thunders in the hands of the Yun N ******* R ninjas did not pose even the slightest threat to the thick and powerful tree trunks. Ah, my chakra. He is drawing my chakra quickly. It is in sharp contrast to the previous momentum. The speed of extracting chakras in this tree world is not weaker than the previous wooden dragons, but the chakras of these dragons are not even 1/10 of the eight-tailed chakras. In the end, there were only 4 generations of Raikage and Yao Karabi on the field, with their extremely fast speed and powerful strength not being tied up by the tree trunks. The trunks resembling horned dragons quickly bound a group of N ******* RS, and then the fire was fully fired, and they began to slam the chakras inside them. Oh my god, what kind of monster is this? Ah, help. It can be said that this scale, this power, will not be weaker than the dry hands in the heyday. Chapter 207. The strongest Super Deus Spiral Pill. Advertisement. No one can understand how painful the current 4 generations of Raikage should be. Since serving as Raikage for more than 10 years, he has always felt that the Yunren under his team are brave and eager to win. This is a good thing. This matter can effectively promote the growth of Yunren village's combat effectiveness. But at this moment, facing the scene before him, he regretted it, really regretted it. Moreover, he was very painful. He really couldn't understand what his subordinates thought. Didn't you see him and Karabi both being so embarrassed? Mu Dun's fight in such a large-scale team battle is really unsolvable. Although Qin Yu spent a lot of chakras in putting this tree world birth, he only took a few breaths and then sucked it back from everyone. Seeing his subordinates become more and more depressed, the 4th generation of Raikage tried hard to abandon distracting thoughts. Give me to die, he roared wildly, and violently split the flying tree trunks with a thunder knife. Seeing Qin Yu's figure not far away, a pair of tiger eyes flashed through the eyes of the 4th generation of Raikage. In addition, there is a trace of horror that is extremely hidden. If this continues, it won't take long before Qin Yu's subordinates will be taken directly by Qin Yu. If you really want to get there, it will be worse than death. But now, the 4th generation of Raikage really doesn't know how to end it. Relying on strength, there is no way to break the game. You can't break the game with wisdom. It can be said that this is the biggest setback he has encountered since his debut. Call. At this moment, the 8-tailed bull ghost breathed out. After a period of repair and restoration, its chakras have recovered a lot. Karabi looked at the expressions of the 4th generation of Raikage, and knew that the eldest brother, who had always been omnipotent, was powerless at this time. Abba, it's time for us to shoot. Jai Shi. Accompanied by Karabi's roar, the 8-tailed bull ghost also immediately echoed. The huge tail beast's body was suddenly covered with a strange light. Immediately afterwards, all the tentacles of the 8-tailed bull ghost rolled up frantically, wrapping his body tightly. Chakra, the blood-red tail beast, was spread all over the body. 8 volumes of tail beast. Suddenly, Yao's body, which was heavily wrapped in tentacles, spun around abruptly. With the powerful chakra urged by the 8 tails, coupled with the huge tail beast body, the power of this move is simply earth-shattering. The crazy rotation of Yao brought a terrifying storm. In an instant, the mountains and forests with a radius of several hundred meters were directly razed to the ground. This is a forbidden technique that can change the terrain and even reverse the battle. In the original 4 wars, Yao used this trick to instantly stun the 6 celebrities, which shows how exaggerated its power is. Moreover, Karabi chose to release the tailed beast 8 scrolls, location very particular, just between Qin Yu and Yizhong Yunren. This is enough to change the ninjutsu of the map, and the effect is indeed very overbearing. In a blink of an eye, all the trunks in the middle part of the tree world were smashed. This caused the main trunk in front of Qin Yu to be directly separated from the branches behind. Without Qin Yu's control and chakra output, the strength of those tree trunks was gradually relaxed. The hardworking Yunren NGS, after another painful struggle, finally asked to be restrained. Although they got rid of the shackles, the chakras of these people were drawn too much, and almost everyone had only half their lives left. At this time, they can say that they have no fighting power at all. One by one collapsed to the ground, even more miserable than the group of dragons before. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. These guys came all the way, intending to come to help, but instead they caused a greater burden on the 4th generation of Raikage and Karabi. Advertisement. Roar. Seeing that Zhong Yanren and everyone broke free from the shackles, Yao roared excitedly. After that, it didn't even mean to stop spinning. While the huge tail beast continued to rotate, it crashed into Qin Yu's direction. It actually wants to take this opportunity to completely turn the defense into the offense. While the huge tail beast continued to rotate, it crashed into Qin Yu's direction. This, 8-tailed beast volume, can stun the 2 to 7-tailed human pillars with just one blow, showing its power. Especially when this map type, ninjutsu is only for one target. Then its destructive power will be even more terrifying. All Yanren, whether standing or paralyzed, stared at Qin Yu's direction at this moment. Everyone held their breath, looking forward to the result of this blow. They are too eager for a break the game way. They dared not blink their eyes, for fear of missing any detail. Facing this attack, Qin Yu was not even prepared to dodge this attack. He has made up his mind to use absolute force to frighten Yunrenkyun. Therefore, he will never avoid it. Moreover, Karabi's move is very powerful in the eyes of others, even incomprehensible. But in Qin Yu's eyes, it was just a trick played by children. He has the means to take this trick. He smiled slightly, and calmly stretched out his right hand. The majestic chakra continued to gather in his palm. The sky blue light balls took shape in an instant, and then quickly grew bigger. Almost instantly, there was already the scale of Dayu spiral pill. Sure enough, the previous situation of getting off at Dayu helix pill did not appear. This time, Qin Yu didn't mean to stop chakra's output at all. The big jade spiral pill in his hand is still expanding. In a blink of an eye, a ball of light was formed that covered the sky and the sun. Compared with this ball of light, Qin Yu, the caster, was as small as an ant. Oh my god, what kind of ninjutsu is this? I feel that this light cluster contains a huge amount of energy in it. This is too scary. How is it possible? Such a terrifying amount of chakra, is it really that humans can control it? Seeing that Guangwanzi's size became more and more exaggerated, the Yunan ********************* made their scalp numb with fright. Such a terrifying technique, let alone seeing it, is simply unheard of. Damn it. Those chakras, they are all ours. At this moment, individual Yun Ren quickly reflected. Qin Yu's chakra, who seemed to vent without money, was just using Mudun to draw them from them. The scale of the Dayu spiral pill this time is too terrifying. Finally, the balls in Qin Yu's hands swelled to a limit. The size of this big ball is far beyond anything Naruto used in the original work. The diameter is hundreds of meters. And at this moment, the crazy spinning Yao also came to him. Try this. Super Dayu spiral pills. Qin Yu gave a soft drink and pressed the super large spiral pill in his hand to the huge body of Yao. Boom. Chapter 208. Continuous Tail Beast Jade. Advertisement. Whether it is Qin Yu's super large jade spiral pill or the 8-tailed beast 8 scrolls, in fact, they are essentially rotating at high speed. The two rubbed against each other and made a terrible roar. It's just that the 8 volumes of the tail beast consumed a lot of chakras when destroying the tree world before it was born, and it is now the end of the force. And Qin Yu's super large jade spiral pill has just taken off and is at its peak. Sure enough, Yao's rotation speed gradually slowed down. Eventually he even stopped spinning, and could only rely on his tail beast body to resist Qin Yu's balls. However, the power of Qin Yu's move was really terrifying. Soon, Yao suffered a serious injury, and the blood surged. Roar. Cyclonus's blood completely aroused its ferocity. After a wild roar, hundreds of tentacles danced wildly. Desperately, even though it suffered serious injuries, it eventually withstood the blow. However, the huge body was pushed back by the super large jade spiral pill, and was forced to retreat a lot. On the ground, it directly plowed apart a deep gully. The 4th generation of Raikage looked at Karabi, and asked in a deep voice, "Bye. How are you?" Also, "Okay, don't worry, brother." Inside Yao's body, Karabi's weak voice was heard. The next moment, the 8-tailed bull ghost's voice full of anger and resentment came. "Stupid kid, you angered me completely." Although Yao gets along very happily with Karabi and has a gentler personality, he is a tailed beast after all. Has its own bottom line and pride. Being humiliated by Qin Yu one after another today can be considered to have completely aroused its anger. The extremely terrifying breath came from its body. "Your uncle, who are you trying to scare?" Seeing this, Qin Yu also uttered a fragrant mouth and went back. "It's just a bigger beast. What kind of costume should I put in front of my uncle?" Wow. Seeing Qin Yu's arrogant attitude, the 8-tailed bull ghost roared again, and then shouted at Qin Yu again. "Arrogant kid, this uncle will definitely make you pay the price." After speaking, it opened its huge mouth again, and its 8 tails lifted up and moved to the mouth. Chakra, the extremely huge tail beast, began to gather quickly around his mouth. "Bye. What are you doing?" The 4th generation of Raikage was shocked when he saw this, and immediately wanted to stop it. You have to think clearly. If this attack is transferred to Yunren village, it will be a disaster. Hi, is that so? After being drained of chakra and slumped on the ground, the NG***S drew a sigh of relief when they heard the words of their 4th generation Raikage. Only then did they finally understand how the super explosion that just blew up Raikage's office was formed. It turned out that it was the 8-tailed beast Jade, which was transferred to Yunren village by the opposite kid. That terrifying explosion affected far more than bombed Raikage's office, directly turning a radius of hundreds of meters into ashes. Yunnan ninja and the people suffered countless deaths and injuries as a result. Until now, thinking about it, they still had lingering fears. However, at this time Yao was completely angered by Qin Yu. At this time, he couldn't listen to the persuasion of the fourth generation of Lei Ying, and insisted on using this big move to destroy Qin Yu. The face of the fourth generation of Raikage was very ugly, he did not expect things to come to this point. Read more at hotmtl novel.zi. Even his own tail beast began to refuse orders. Advertisement. Could it be that Yun Ren's ultimate destiny was destroyed in his own hands? The fourth generation of Raikage became more and more afraid at this time, but couldn't forcefully stop Yao's movements. Just when he was helpless, Karabi's voice came from Yao's body. Big brother, don't worry, I have discussed with Abba, this attack, that kid can't have a chance to transfer. Oh, hearing what Kira said like this, the fourth generation of Raikage immediately let go, and at the same time a strong curiosity arose in his heart. He has always known that his upper limit of strength is far better than Karabi, who has 8 tails. Now that Raikage is helpless, he wants to see what his brother can do to break the situation. This time, the chakra accumulated by 8-tailed bull ghosts was at least 5 or 6 times more than before. Even if it is not a perception ninja, he can clearly perceive the terrifying power emanating from the huge sphere. No one can see that this blow is absolutely an unprecedented blow. Hundreds of Yun Ren, with wide-eyed eyes, did not dare to breathe. Just staring at the battlefield like this, for fear of missing some key details. Roar. After a few minutes of accumulation, the extremely large chakra spheres finally gathered. The 8-tailed bull ghost roared again and swallowed it whole in his mouth. Then, it burst out suddenly. Fiction recommendation. Dupo. Infinite Evolution, publishing website, Starting Point Chinese website. Boom, boom, boom. As before, the trick is the tail beast jade, but this time the tail beast jade is not one. Under Yao's fierce hair, nearly 10 of them were spewed out in a row. This time, it was a continuous tail beast jade. Although in terms of size alone, none of these 10 tail beast jade is as good as the last one. But this trick is faster and more numerous. Taken together, the lethality is definitely more terrifying. A dozen tailed beast jade slashed in midair, and the terrifying pressure seemed to be unbearable even in space. When the fourth generation of Raikage saw Yao's operation, a black face suddenly smiled like a chrysanthemum blooming. He has every reason to believe that Qin Yu absolutely cannot transfer this attack at this time. Moreover, because these 10-tailed beast jade have a wide range of strikes. Therefore, even if Qin Yu wanted to dodge a short-distance displacement with the technique of Flying Thunder God, he couldn't do it at all. If you have to use Thunder God, you can only use the extremely far space coordinates to move. If that were the case, the fourth generation of Raikage would definitely be very unwilling. However, while unwilling to do so, perhaps there will be a little more fortunate. To put it bluntly, as long as Qin Yu is really willing to take the initiative to retreat to the 4 generations of Raikage, it can't be expected. After all, no one knew how much loss Qin Yu would cause Yun Ren if he continued to stay here. The 4 generations of Raikage, who had always been fearless, was really a little scared of Qin Yu now. However, the fact that Qin Yu will retreat automatically was actually just wishful thinking of the 4th generation of Lei Ying. This trick, continuous tail beast jade, may be tricky for others, but for Qin Yu, it is all here to send chakra. He didn't have any thoughts of retreating at all, and there was no need to retreat. A strange voice passed, and his original scarlet eyes became reincarnation eyes again. Immediately stretched out both hands, forming a transparent mask in front of him. Chapter 209. Xian Fa Mu Dun. Advertisement. A strange voice passed, and his original scarlet eyes became reincarnation eyes again. Immediately stretched out both hands, forming a transparent mask in front of him. Boom, boom, boom. The tail beast jade made by the 8-tailed bull ghost was sprayed out continuously by him, and then directly blasted on the light mask, immediately making a muffled sound. However, immediately afterwards, among the shocked gazes of everyone present, the dozen or so huge tail beast jade that contained powerful energy did not explode unexpectedly. On the contrary, what is even more weird is that the dozen tail beast jade is slowly deforming at this time, and then gradually dried up, as if one by one discouraged leather ball. In the end, the dozen or so tail beast jade that contained powerful power disappeared completely, and there was no trace of it. Originally thought that Qin Yu would use any method to resist these tail beast jade, but he didn't expect to be resisted by him in this coquettish sorrowful way. In Qin Yu's view, this time Karabi's tail beast jade was obviously here to send chakra to himself. Moreover, he directly gave a dozen of them at once, which is simply a good person. As for whether this will leave a shadow on the 8-tailed bull ghost, that is not what Qin Yu has to consider. But at this moment, Qin Yu had seen his dozen-tailed beast jade assimilated by Qin Yu, and Chi Lobby of the 8-tailed man Zuli was directly stunned. The tentacles that had danced wildly in the air stopped in midair at this time. The huge body of the tail beast seemed to be directly anchored at this time. However, even so, as the optimistic Chirabi, he still sang on the spot. Oh. 8 Gaia Road. Cool Guy Yalu. Absorbed. My chakra. As for the 4 generations of Raikage on the side, his face was suddenly dark at this moment, and now he simply doesn't know how to complain. there are countless words, and at this moment, they finally converged into 3 words. Damn it. And the Yunnan ninjas who had originally hoped for this big move were even more shocked on the spot at this time. Why? How could this be? What exactly is going on? How is it possible? How is this possible? It will be swallowed. Is it really possible to do this kind of thing? Is this guy a human? How can he do such a thing? Such a huge amount of chakra can be swallowed. This kid is too outrageous. What kind of person can do this? There is no way not to be so shocked, to know this scene before them, it is completely beyond their scope of understanding. Everyone present looked like they had seen a ghost at this time. Everything. However, it was Qin Yu who contrasted sharply with the embarrassment of the Yunnan ninjas. After this guy absorbed such a huge chakra, it was a spring breeze, and the whole person seemed to be transformed into a human pillar at this time. At this moment, even his body, at this moment, is full of exaggerated tail beast chakra, as if wearing a tail beast coat. The most funny thing is that he actually hiccuped in a mean manner. Moreover, the hiccup sound was still loud, even if it was a long distance away, it could still be clearly transmitted to the ears of every cloud ninja. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi, and at this moment, Qin Yu spoke to them directly and jokingly. Oh, Uncle Yao. Is this the price you made me pay? Then you succeeded. I paid almost to be killed by chakra. Cost. Advertisement. As soon as Qin Yu said this, it immediately drew the glaring gaze of a crowd of Yunnan Nagong ninjas. B********* D thing. This guy is 2B******** D. The 8-tailed bull ghost, who was a gift boy, was trembling with anger at this moment by Qin Yu's words. The huge tail beast's body trembled, and it directly caused gusts of wind and waves. Immediately afterwards, Qin Yu quickly put away his usual cynicism, the expression on his face suddenly became extremely solemn, and his palms directly folded. Soon, the surrounding natural energy began to rush into his body madly, and 2 pieces of golden eyeshadow slowly appeared on his eyes. It only took a moment for Qin Yu to enter the fairy mode. The larger the amount of chakra itself, the faster it can absorb natural energy. Therefore, the speed of entering the fairy mode is naturally faster. After entering the fairy mode in seconds, Qin Yu still did not put down his palms. With his rare seriousness, chakra inside his body was suddenly mobilized. Especially the chakra, the tail beast that spilled out of his body, was surging crazily. In the next moment, the golden eyeshadow at the corner of his eyes suddenly became dazzling, which is the expression of the fairy mode being urged to the extreme. Shanfa Mu escape. True numbers dry hands on top of the Buddha. With a loud roar from Qin Yu, the tail beast chakra that overflowed from his body disappeared instantly. Read more at hotmtlnovel.zi. Chinese MTL fan fiction, second element novel can be read at hotmtl novel for free. Under the gaze of everyone, a wooden Buddha statue that is hundreds of meters high slowly rises from the ground. At first glance, there are definitely thousands of palms behind this wooden Buddha. But now, facing such a terrifying Buddha, he can't even raise any thoughts of resistance. Before the hundreds of meters high Buddha, even the 8-tailed ox ghost with the body of a tailed beast was just a little guy in front of the Buddha statue at this time. No way, when I grabbed it with 1,000 hands dozens of years ago, I never used such an ultimate trick. At this time, the 8-tailed bull ghost was so scared that he never dared to scream anymore, trembling all over. After that, boundless rays of light bloomed from the palms of his palms. Then, the ground began to shake. At this moment, I, who is the 4th generation of Hokage, saw his fists clenched, and these words seemed to be squeezed out of his teeth. He has always been a courageous person, no matter how terrible opponents he faces, he dared to rush forward and use his thunder fist to compete with each other. It is no exaggeration to say that the dry hands behind the Buddha are probably as thin as their bodies. And the most striking thing is that behind the hundreds of meters of Buddha statue, there are countless wooden hands. And these ordinary ninjas are as small as ants. At this moment, all Yunran's ninjas were completely stunned. From the 4 generations of Raikage's eye, down to the ninja of Dragon Set, all of them were trembling at this moment, their faces full of disbelief. How is this possible? Shinshumudan, how powerful is it? They couldn't imagine that such a huge wooden Buddha statue could really be produced by humans. The entire Buddha statue now looks even more mighty and lifelike, exuding immeasurable light.